com.
Transportation Secretary Buttigieg turning up the heat on Boeing.
Buttigieg says Boeing must make a serious transformation when it comes to its responsiveness, culture, and quality issues. Over the weekend, Buttigieg said that Boeing has been under enormous scrutiny since a panel blew off a Boeing 737 MAX jetliner in mid-flight in January. The Wall Street Journal reported that the Department of Justice had launched a criminal investigation into the blowout on the Alaska Airlines jet. That followed Boeing's admission that it couldn't find records that the National Transportation Safety Board requested for work done on the panel at a Boeing factory. Donna Porter, Washington.
The European Union's executive arm says it will recommend that member countries open membership talks with Bosnia-Herzegovina. The Western Balkan country is among 6 nations that are at different stages of the EU accession process following a period of wars in the 90s. News and analysis, townhall.com. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has declared victory in the culture wars.
Students and teachers can discuss sexual orientation and gender identity in Florida classrooms, provided it's not part of instruction. That's according to a settlement reached Monday between Florida education officials and LGBT attorneys. Governor Ron DeSantis' office described the settlement as a win since the law remains intact. The law prohibits instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in elementary grades. Keith Peters reporting.
The number of robberies of postal carriers grew again last year, and the number of injuries nearly doubled, even as the Postal Service launched a crackdown aimed at addressing postal crime. Postal carrier robberies hit 643 last year. That's an increase of almost 30%. Also, robberies resulting in injuries doubled to 61 among letter carriers last year. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday. Friday.
Yep.
It's the 2nd of days.
It is indeed.
Happy Tuesday, buddy. It'll be a nice day weather-wise.
Yeah, so far, it's quite nice.
Like, after today, I can't guarantee. But I think today, it's going to be mid-70s, not too a lot of wind. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, yeah.
But tomorrow is supposed to get windy. And then, I'm excited. From Thursday night to, like, Friday night into Saturday, we got rain chances. Like, good winds. Like, Friday night or Thursday night's like 70%, like 60% Friday and Friday night. And I think even into Saturday, it's getting some rain chances there. I think it drops down to like 30 by then. But yeah, we got some good rain chances.
Heck so yeah, I'll take it.
Like yesterday, I saw the rain chances. They were down to like 40, 50. And I'm like, they'll diminish as the week progresses. But today, they're up. I don't know what tomorrow's going to say, but today, look good.
Chances are looking good, Tater. I'm just starting to get used to, the sun, the positioning of the sun where it is. Because I was getting used to it coming up in the mid-6s, and now it still feels really early.
Yeah. Although today, I slept hard last night.
Yeah.
And my wife said the same thing. When I do not usually sleep to my alarm. I usually wake up before my alarm and get up 5 to 10 minutes before, depending on, the day.
Right.
Not today, boy. I was like, all of a sudden I hear,
Ride that
like, oh
lightning.
man, the alarm's going off. I got to get up. And my alarm goes off a little before Kim's.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even rouse her because she was up. I was up about. Next thing you know, I heard her alarm go off a couple minutes later, and it literally like, it wasn't like, when your alarm goes off once or twice, boom.
Yep.
No, it was like, doot, 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 doot. Somebody gonna get that? Doot, 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 doot.
Somebody gonna get that. Yeah, you probably should.
And so, it was one of those mornings.
I had
today.
one of those where I knew I had to get up a little earlier than normal. So
Yeah.
what I do in that scenario is I set 4 alarms.
Do you?
5 minutes apart. Yes. Because I'm like,
well-
I knew that I set those alarms. So I'm like, okay, that's 1.
Yeah.
That's 2.
And this is the advantage of being married because technically we only have 2 alarms set. So, between the two of us, we're in 2 alarms.
Right.
We're not missing.
But see, you're also old school. Like
Yeah.
you don't set alarms on your phone. You set an alarm clock.
Oh, no, not me. I have it on my phone now.
Okay.
No,
Look at you.
I moved my phone back to my bedroom, which I don't like doing, but I
Right.
got a new charger that you just lay it on to charge.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have that in the bedroom now, and so I use the phone in there.
Okay.
And
Because
so
I remember you being the old school clock radio
I still
guy.
have it, and I still use it as a clock,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't wake up to it.
Is it still that one that projects the time on the ceiling?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like looking up at 2 a.m. Oh, it's a little hard for me to see because I don't have my glasses
That's the
on.
problem. It's so annoying because I can't see. In the morning, I'm this.
Yeah.
I can't see nada nothing.
But I can kind of make it out. Sometimes I'm like, is that a 2 or an 8? I can't tell. But yeah, that's. But I it's just I'm so used to it now that I feel like when I sleep at other places and I don't have it, I look at the ceiling like, oh, we're not there anymore. I gotta go look on the clock. So I get that. I do want to change gears real quick because it's that time of year. As a fan of the National Football League, I do like to watch, and so I think today officially starts the free agency period for the NFL. And folks that are NFL fans know that the NFL is better at any other professional sports league at making you care about the ancillary off-season things that really, if you're a basketball fan or a hockey fan or a baseball fan, you follow it, but not like NFL follows it.
Yeah.
Like anytime anybody hints at doing something, there's 60 people tweeting about it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, man.
And when you're in that word, that community, it's the news of the day.
Yeah, and so what makes me laugh is, and they do this every year free agency, but technically free agency doesn't start till today. They can't sign any of these free agents until today. But the rumors and the talks have been going on for a month.
Right.
And then like yesterday and maybe Sunday, they have like what they call and I'm using air quotes, legal tampering period, where you're technically allowed to negotiate,
Right.
even though they've already been negotiating, even though they're not supposed to negotiate.
Yeah. Now, boys, go ahead.
And so, like yesterday and the day before, is all you're seeing is Dallas is expected to sign this, the Panthers are expected to sign this, the Commanders are expected to sign this, and so they pretty much, even though they don't start till like 2 p.m. or our time today signing people, they've already listed like players that people are going to go to what teams.
Oh no, there's been plenty of promise rings handed out.
Yeah. And so
Well, I made the joke earlier because today is National Promposal Day, where people are supposed to ask their dates to prom in big extravagant ways. So there's been some promise rings handed out. Nobody's gotten down and popped the question yet, but there's definitely been some promise rings.
Well, they'll do the proposing
some
today.
courting, if you will.
But the thing that's making me laugh is because now and because of Washington, my favorite team, is in the situation they're in. They got a new GM, new coach. It's a whole new thing. The Commanders have like the most cap space of all the NFL teams right now.
Right.
The most needs probably too. But so they're going to be busy. So I've been paying attention because I'm like, this is the building blocks of the team they're doing right now, and the new and I'm not gonna lie, everything I'm seeing, I'm liking the way they're building and everything here. But the running jokes and things that are kind of coming out right now are kind of funny. because if you don't know, if you care about football, you know this, but if you don't, then you don't. But the Washington Commanders went and hired, of course, they got the San Francisco assistant GM and all that, but the head coach is a former Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan Quinn went and stole, I think, one or two of defensive guys, like his main defensive dudes now the Washington. So basically, quite a few Dallas Cowboys coaching staff are now in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yesterday, in the free agency period, he picked up two guys off the Cowboys that are pretty impactful players in their future. See, Dallas is in a situation where they've got a lot of talent, but not enough cap space to keep all said talent.
Right.
So they're losing some of their good mid-talent or up-and-coming stuff or guys that were – and so basically, because this guy's been coaching this team for – couple of years, see these guys.
He basically snowed the Cowboys.
So basically they pilfered two solid dudes from the Cowboys yesterday.
That's pretty devious.
So which is good. It's a win-win because it's adding by us and subtracting from our one of our main competitors. That's always a win in the National Football League. So it's a good thing. But the thing that's making me laugh is now the nickname that is flying around for the new Washington football team. The Washington Cowmanders. Because now, in all fairness, they signed like six or targeted six guys yesterday. They haven't officially signed. Only two of them are Cowboys. So that's less than half. It's one day.
Well, yeah, counting the coach and
all right, it's just funny, but that's what coaches do in the NFL. They go where they know their talent is.
That's right.
This guy spent a lot of time in Dallas, so
there's a reason this coach gets top dollars because he knows what pro moves to make a difference.
Yeah. But also being said, they went and got some other, like they got an offensive lineman from Kansas City that could be a starter or at least impactful depth right there, and a guy sitting who was kind of one of those guys in Kansas City. By the way, they just won another Super Bowl, so that's a good thing to bring into your locker room.
I had my friend a couple of days ago, not necessarily like say that they were going to like leave the fandom that we've shared for the past decade for the Packers, but she's like, I think I'm starting to become a Chiefs fan. Really? I'm like, oh, yeah, you jumping on the wagon of the winners, are you?
Well, in all fairness.
No, but you know what's doing it? Taylor Swift.
But in all fairness, if you're a Packers fan, this is not a good time to jump off the Packers fan.
I'm saying we're
Jordan
doing
Love
good.
had a great year last year. He's Pro Bowling and doing all that. They might have Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre 3.0 sitting there and ready for their next run.
She said, well, that's not necessarily to say I'm jumping off this bandwagon, but, she's just trying to adopt another fan. I'm like, I understand there's plenty of room in
Packers going to be the Packers.
I'm just saying.
That's not a bandwagon team you jump off.
We've been
don't
strong.
Jump off that way.
We've been strong consistently, so let's roll with that.
Yeah, it's if you're doing that, I don't think you really like football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's or A or B, you weren't even a fan to begin with. But Washington made some moves. I'm pretty happy. I'm curious to see what's going on here. And of course, they're going to be big players in the draft too because they've got the number 2 pick. They've got like 3 picks in the top 100 or something.
Nice.
So they've got collateral if they need to move up or down, which I hope they don't move up because it's going to cost. Because they got the number 2 pick, but it really would cost the farm for them to go up 1 pick. Like they'd have to trade that first round, next year's first round, a couple others. And I'm like, there is no man on the planet worth all that.
Right.
To go up
just
1
just
pick.
go with number 2 and figure it out.
And there's enough good quarterbacks because that's what they're going to do.
Of course.
Washington will probably take a quarterback in that first pick. And there's enough good quarterbacks in the first round that I don't think selling the farm to get one of those guys is worth it.
Right.
To me. And especially since the one guy that everyone thinks they're moving up with has got a little bit of baggage. A little bit. Like he's a good player, but off-field stuff, his personality, if he's truly dedicated to this craft. A lot of Jamarcus Russell thoughts come into people's brains when you think of this guy. So we'll see. But I hope they don't mess with that. But anyway, enough football. I was excited. And guess what? You're going to be inundated today. If you're not a fan of NFL football, stay off of social media because it's going to be hot and heavy.
It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah, so let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay an interview this hour. We had the folks from the Roswell Desk and Derek join us yesterday, Patty Stacy and Jackie Hewitt. They've got their annual meeting today at lunch. and they like to invite you out for that. So we're
Come on out, me, Derek, and his friend Desk.
That's right. I'm Desk. I'm Derek. No, I'm just kidding. So we'll play that interview here in just a bit. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Dr. Sean Powell with ENMUR will join us for his monthly visit, give us an update on what's happening out at ENMUR. And then I double booked our 9 o'clock hour, so we're going to get two guests.
Ooh.
We're going to have Lauren Dickinson with the Roswell Refuge join us, talking about their upcoming that 70s dance, their annual dance that's coming up in April. And then Renee Puckett with the Liberty will join us and talk about some of their upcoming shows. They've got, it's almost like every night there's like a show, it seems like, here in March going on.
They're booking hot and heavy over there at Liberty.
And of course they got the big block party in April too, so we'll probably touch on that a little bit. So we'll get all that in and all of your features and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Maybe one of the most recognized, I mean, probably not the most, but maybe among the top 5 most recognizable guitar riffs in the history of music.
Yeah.
Is those opening. Just as soon as you hear Los Lonely, like the Heaven by Los Lonely Boys, you instantly know that song.
Yeah, the you know, like name that tune. That one get nailed real quick. I can name that tune in one note.
Exactly.
Have you watched the new Name That Tune?
I've seen clips from it. I haven't watched any episodes.
It's not bad. We watch it all the time. I mean, Randy's over the top, and what's her name? The host, the one from 40 Rock, or 40 Rock.
Jane Krakowski.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're a little annoying sometimes, but overall, it's an entertaining show. Problem is, it's mostly celebrities now that are the guests, and I would say they usually have 4 guests a show because they do two sessions, and it's 2 per. And I'm going to say out of the 4 guests, I'll know 2 of them maybe. The others, I'm like, I have no idea who that person is.
I did start, however, last evening watching Survivor again.
The new one?
Yeah, they're 2 episodes deep. I'm halfway through the second episode.
Okay.
And a lot has changed since I've stopped watching.
Is it? Really
I mean, the core of the game is essentially the same, obviously, but just some of these interesting new what do they call it? It's like a risk reward thing where basically you have to give something up in order to get the chance to get the idol, and it does throw wrenches into things. But it's been an interesting couple of episodes.
Like 10 years, I don't think. So I used to love that show.
It evokes those same feelings though. Like I was just like, okay, first you're trying to get to know people, just the absolute depths of the ineptitude of the guy that kicked off from the first episode. Yeah. Spoiler alert. You just hate this guy by the end of this. You want him to go so bad. So when they start talking about kicking somebody else off, I'm just sitting there like, no, get rid of him. He sucks.
You know the thing I always like about that, it's like when you get the beginning of the season and those people that you really hate, but as the season goes and they keep kicking more and more people off, and then you get to the end of it, and then they let's bring out those first contenders. And you're like, oh yeah, and usually. Especially the first 1 or 2, you're like, I forgot that guy was a real, But they were so out of the lexicon of the rest of the show that you forgot how heinous they were for that little short period they were there.
This is how frustrating this guy is. Okay, they had a challenge. It was it was like a sweat challenge, and they were told they have several hours to complete it.
Okay,
he personally gave up about an hour and a half in because he was mad because he was under the assumption that several meant 7.
Well, that's
his whole life he had believed that several meant 7.
Several means more than 2.
More than 2. I would say more than 3 because 3 is a few.
Technically, yeah.
4 or more is several.
Yeah, but I think in the word lexicon, if you have more than 2 and you say several, it's socially acceptable. If you have 3, that is several.
Yeah, that's several hours exactly. It'll take you several hours to complete it. But I'm just like, what? That was just one of the infuriating.
My
things.
guess is he's probably put all his eggs on this fact that he's going to be famous on Survivor, and now he lost to the fact that he didn't know that several meant more or less than 7.
Yeah.
All right, it is. Did I do the rundown? I did do the rundown. So let's get her going. 7:22. Let's take a look at that weather. Spoiler: nice today, not nice later in the week.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure system developing to our north. No rain for us, but we will be getting gusty wind over the next couple of days. Breezy today, upper 70s to low 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight will be clear with mid-40s and still pretty windy. Gusty on Wednesday, wind at 25 to 30 miles an hour. It will stay sunny and warm, though, high in the upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 42 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 52%. Winds currently out of the north at 5 miles per hour. For today, sunny skies, 78 the expected high with west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight low 43, southwest winds 5 to 15. For your Wednesday, we are looking at a fire weather watch beginning at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and that's remaining in effect through 9 p.m. this evening. We could see some patchy blowing dust for Wednesday afternoon. Sunny and a high of 76, but winds will be out of the west 5 to 15 early. Later in the day, increasing 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour by Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, 43 for an overnight low. Winds will remain breezy out of the west, 15 to 25. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Thursday, sunny, 70 for a high, northwest winds 5 to 10. And then Thursday night, rain, likely a 70% chance of rain showers on after midnight Thursday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low 40. We're looking at a 60% chance of showers before noon on Friday, mostly sunny. They say mostly cloudy with highs in the right near 50, so it's going to be colder. And then Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, mainly after midnight, mostly cloudy, 49 for a low, 41 for an overnight low. And then for the weekend, Saturday, a 30% chance of showers before noon, mostly cloudy, 60 for a high, 20% chance of rain Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 39 for an overnight low. And then a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, mostly cloudy, 56, 30% Sunday night. And then we're also looking at a 30% chance of rain on Monday, too. So we'll see. But beautiful temperatures today, tomorrow, and then the wind tomorrow and then the rain. All right, it is 7:25. We're going to get you into Roswell Livestock Report recap, quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with the folks from the Roswell Desk and Derrick. Don't go away.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,637 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold steady to 15 lower, feeder cattle steady to 6 lower. Packer cows and bulls sold $2 to $4 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers $375, $415. 3 to 400 pound heifers $330, $350. 4 to 500 pound steers $332, $375. 4 to 500 pound heifers $280, $330. 5 to 600 pound steers $294, $332. 5 to 600 pound heifers $244, $280. 6 700 pound steers $260, $294. 6 to 700 pound heifers $230, $244. 7 800 pound steers $233, $50 to $260. 7 800 pound heifers $195, $230. Packer cows $110, $130. Canner and cutter cows $95, $105. Packer bulls $125, $143. Feeder bulls $110, $118. The top half of the cow-calf pairs, $2,000 to $3,750 per pair. Top half of the bred cows, $1,600 to $2,800 per head. Now remember, this is the top of the market, and prices range down from this according to quality, quantity, condition, and feel. We do appreciate the business. We'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
The need to grow past our basic capabilities and experience the impossible will forever keep aviation technology evolving. Within the Aviation Maintenance Technology program at ENMU Roswell, students thrive knowing that the faculty and community are supporting their success. ENMU Roswell is dedicated to empowering students through hands-on skills training in a nurturing environment. To learn more, contact us today.
Are you or a loved one having a hard time getting to your medical appointments? At Artesia General Hospital, we believe that transportation should never be a barrier to good health. That's why we're excited to announce our new non-emergency medical transportation services. Each of our vans is wheelchair accessible, and our friendly certified drivers go the extra mile by meeting you at your doorstep and ensuring a comfortable ride to your Artesia General Hospital services. Rides are available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Schedule your ride today by visiting artesiageneral.com/transportation or calling 575-736-8211.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:28, and joining us in studio this morning from Desk and Derrick Club here in Roswell, Patty Stacy and Jackie Hewitt with us. Good morning, ladies. How you
Good
doing
morning.
today?
Good morning. We're good.
How's I know you're like all of us. We're all kind of muddling through time change, and it's Monday, which is a double edged. Dang it.
Well, Mondays are always my bane of existence.
But now it's an hour ahead of what you think it is. It's
Well,
just
you know, we have
so.
our meeting tomorrow, so we wanted to get all this in before our meeting.
This is true.
So if anybody wants to attend, they can let us know,
Yeah.
and we'll put them in.
Yeah, we'd love to invite everyone out. Tomorrow is the membership meeting for the Desk and Derrick Club. It will be taking place at the Elks Lodge here
Correct.
on Montana, which is 1720 North Montana. And that's going to be high noon on tomorrow here. And then I'm assuming they have a meal and everything. And
Yes,
then
that's
we have
why-
a guest speaker and a pretty good meeting.
But that's why we need to know if you're going to come, because we have to give them the amount of meals
and you're
we're going to
doing a
We
favor
need
to your
RSVPs.
fellow guests, because you know if you don't RSVP and then you show up, that's less food for other people, and you want to make people mad at you, cut into their food.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yes. Well, the Elks doesn't do buffet anymore, so if you don't tell
So
me
they won't
you're
even get a
coming,
plate.
you won't even have a plate.
Unless
Sorry.
you have friends that you can mooch off of.
Right. That's right. Have
You're
to
not
share
gonna
with
eat that much
somebody.
for Mario. I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that.
right. That's right.
But just do everyone a favor. RSVP here today. Like soon as these ladies get off the air, don't do it right now because they're a little busy. But after they get off air here,
And you'll RSVP to me via email at D_P_Stacy, STACY at MSN.com.
Very good. And we'll make sure we remind everybody.
Great.
Okay.
And
Very
do
good.
all that here. But before we kind of get into that, for folks not familiar with Desk and Derrick, you know, obviously if you know a little bit about oil and gas, those are terms in the oil and gas industry.
Right.
But for people that aren't familiar with the Desk and Derrick Club, kind of give a little background and just explain what it is.
I'm going to let my parliamentarian,
All right.
Patty, give you a little brief
Our
history.
Robert's Rules expert in the room
right.
here.
She's my go-to girl. I have to count on her.
Everyone, yeah, because I do serve on a couple other boards, and we need the Robert Rules people
Yes.
because the rest of us would be in deep trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we've been around for a long time, and Jackie and I were just talking about our shared years of experience in the organization and in the industry, and we're feeling kind of old. But
That's the part
anyway,
that stinks about doing things for a long
Oh, I
time.
know.
Almost like you're the old
She
ones
just
in the room.
finished her third term as president.
Yeah,
Third
we're a
time.
small group, so
and this is my
we
third
rotate
time.
a little bit. But
Good news is they started when they were like 6, so
Yes,
they're
that's
pretty
right.
young. So.
that's what it was. Yes, thank you.
My new best friend, Mike. Thank you.
We're all
So-
a bunch of Doogie Housers.
That's what we are. Exactly. Yes. So the Desk and Derrick Club was formed in 1949 by a woman named Inez Audie Schaefer. She was trying to get together with other women that worked in the industry. So it was originally kind of a women's club.
Kind of like a wives
for
support
well,
group club?
more of a secretarial type thing.
Okay.
People that worked in the industry, and she wanted them to get together. So that started in 1949. And that formed the first association of desk and derrick clubs.
Okay.
So we are an international organization. We have clubs in Canada now, and but
Probably
in
wherever oil and gas is bigger, bigger chapters and things. Wherever we're getting that stuff. There's there's a desk and derrick club.
Calgary, Edmonton,
right?
Kind of thing.
We've got a lot of them, but we have COVID kind of hit us, and so like everybody, so our membership's down. But we're working on that.
Building back up and getting people back into the club again. Yeah.
But in 1952 is when the Roswell Club was formed, and so we've been around since 1952.
Yeah, hence the name
and we're going strong. We're chugging along. We have 23 members right now, but we're working on getting more. And it is not a women's club anymore.
Okay.
It is for anybody interested in the oil and gas industry.
And any kind of energy.
To the community of it,
Right.
Exactly.
Oil and gas and allied industries, anybody that's interested, anybody that works in it, you're welcome to join.
I would even offer people that maybe don't know how the sausage is made and come educate yourself.
Exactly. Right, because that's what we are, an educational organization primarily. And so our meetings every month vary. We have different speakers that educate us about different aspects of the industry and allied industries. We also have some socioeconomic type meetings and stuff where we have other people in that tell us about different other things. And it's an educational club, and that's what we're here for. And so we want to educate as many people as we can in the public about the industry.
But that's what I love about this is because the world does not realize that there would be no world you like today without the oil and gas
People
industry.
do not understand how difficult it is to extract energy.
Well, and they don't realize how many aspects of their life oil and gas touches. Like if you're dealing with anything plastic,
not a clue.
You can thank oil and gas. Anything plastic
and
is coming
everything is oil and
gas.
gas.
That's what everything's made out of nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Well, believe it or not, there was a program that we used to do called the Magic Suitcase, and we would go around to schools and we would bring a suitcase full of everything that was petroleum based and gas based, and people were amazed. Everything from beach balls to medicine to cosmetics. I mean, everything. And we'd be pulling this.
Used to other sources of renewable energy right now, you rely on oil and gas to get you there.
Exactly. And we'd be pulling this stuff out of the suitcase, and the kids would just be blown away because they had no clue.
And that's why I love this, is because you educate folks. And, you know, we live in a world where demonizing oil and gas is the popular thing to do. It's
the politics of it are just a shame.
And unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, and this is oil and gas too, they're in the same boat everyone else is. They wanting to move into the future, and if we can find better, cheaper ways to do this, great. But at the same time, we can't sacrifice how it's done now just to move to that one thing. It's like everyone wants to go electric. I'm like, wonderful, but we're not even remotely equipped to handle it.
The technology is not there.
And the technology's not there.
It's not there.
Until you can give me a pickup truck that does the exact same thing in a farm or a ranch that a gas engine one does, no one's going to look at that thing.
Exactly.
And so, and we're not saying we're not open to that.
It's not ready yet.
We're just not there to do it. And trust me, oil and gas is going to have to be involved in whatever goes into that next generation.
Yeah, even solar panels and wind mills are made with energy.
It's all oil and gas
exactly
involved with it. So instead of demonizing it, let's educate ourselves, understand it,
I'm all
and then
for
work together.
Everything.
Absolutely.
A little bit of everything.
And I'd hate, and this is another thing I'd like to burst the bubble of the people that are proponents about this. Guess who the people that are your oiling, the people working the drilling, they're doing all the work that's being done. These are locals. They live in the same places they're drilling and working.
Exactly.
If anybody's going to be in partnership with the environment, it's the people that live there.
We don't want to pollute where we live, so that's why there's such strict rules.
And here's the thing.
Goodness.
Most of your oil and gas companies go above and beyond whatever government regulations they are required to meet.
That is correct.
Right, and there's a lot of regulations that we are required to meet.
They go above and beyond. So anytime they start throwing sand dune lizards and prairie chickens and minnows and everything at us, guess what?
They're protecting
the companies have been working with the
companies are protecting
we have
them.
to do all of
There's
that.
not a prairie chicken problem. They just move where the food is because we hit a drought. That has nothing to do with oil and gas. And more to do with what they do when the things change. It has nothing to do with us being there doing it. It would have happened regardless because we got less rain and less vegetation and less food. So they go where the food is.
Right, exactly.
It has nothing to do with a desk or a derrick.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't have to do with us. Leave us alone.
Well, let me tell you about some exciting stuff coming up. March is Desk and Derrick Awareness Month.
Right.
So we are having the mayor come and present us with a proclamation tomorrow.
Nice. Make it official.
Yeah, we're going to make it official. We're going to have him there. And then our speaker is going to be John Worrell.
Okay.
And a lot of people know John.
For those that's not in the industry,
he's
kind of give
with
a little background.
Monsanto
Energy,
oil and gas. Yeah.
Okay.
And listen to what he's going to talk on. This is great.
Yeah, the topic is really funny.
The topic is big changes in the oil patch and the niche of the Roswell Mafia in southeastern New Mexico oil and gas.
All right.
So
we are very interested to hear this.
I mean, that ought to get your antenna up
Absolutely.
and think about what in the world is he talking about, the Roswell Mafia?
And to be honest, I think on the outside, on the oil and gas, we're kind of right on the bubble. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we're involved, but not like Eddie County's involved. You know what I mean?
This is
We're not quite there.
This is true.
So I'm kind of curious what the Roswell Mafia is all about.
That's
me
what
too.
we're talking
Although
about.
I like the term Kabbalah. That's a fun term too. Roswell Kabbalah could be a good
Yeah, there you go.
offshoot.
But, so we sent out some mailer, or not mailers, but we put on our website, our Desk and Derrick website, about this, and then we've invited the Artesia Club.
Good deal.
And we've also
So we might pull in some of the out of county.
and
Desk
well,
and
we've
Derrick
invited people with
our Facebook page.
Our Facebook
yes,
page. Yeah,
which you do.
sorry.
For
We
folks,
have a Facebook page.
If you look on, when you get to the search bar there on Facebook, type Roswell Desk and Derrick. It'll be the first thing that pops up, and then on the first thing on their page is the flyer for the event here tomorrow. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, it is in the green.
Yes.
So feel free to wear
St.
green
Patty's
tomorrow.
Day.
Yes, that's right. It's your day.
This is her
it's
day.
My birthday. It's my birthday that day
is
too.
it?
So
My
it is
sister-in-law
truly my day.
Well, happy birthday. It's my sister-in-law's birthday, the 17th.
Isn't that
17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
is her
St.
birthday.
Patrick's Day is my birthday.
It's weird. My wife, her birthday's Halloween. Her sister is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, wow. That's good because it's easier to remember. Yeah.
You know
It
what?
is easier to
saved
remember.
my bacon a few times. But please come and RSVP today.
Yes.
That
Yes,
way they
for
can
sure.
make sure there's a meal for you
Yes,
here.
I have to call in to Sergio today and give him the head count, or first thing tomorrow morning anyway.
Let's dangle a literal carrot here. What's on the menu for
Chicken
lunch?
strips is tomorrow.
Can't go wrong with chicken strips.
Nope.
Ain't none. I'll
And the food has been terrific.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Sergio's really great at the Elks.
Absolutely.
Their food is really
Yeah,
good.
if you leave there hungry, it's kind of your own
Well,
fault.
come for the meal. Come for the meal.
That's right.
As well as
But
the
stay
speaker.
for the information and come and enjoy.
Yes.
It is at the lunchtime,
Definitely.
so we
Yes.
got your lunch plans
Exactly.
covered.
We usually go for about an hour and a half because we do lunch and then we do our meeting.
And you guys meet every
we have
month,
business.
right?
Yes,
Every
you
we
guys have a
meet.
monthly meeting. It's not to this level bigness, but
Exactly.
But they do
it's-
meet every month.
Yeah, we do meet every month. It's the second Tuesday of every month at noon at the Elks Lodge.
Good deal. So
Yeah.
come on down.
Yep.
And do you guys do lunch every time too, or is
Yes.
it just
Yes.
for this one? So,
Yes.
Every time.
So if you're like, okay, chicken
So
strips,
this
then make
is
sure you
how it
come
is
next
every
month
month.
to see what's on the menu then.
That's right. That's right.
The food
Well,
is the thing.
Let
I'll
me
take
tell
it.
you
Yes.
what's coming up, though. This
Yeah,
is
talk
really
a little bit about
exciting.
some of the things you're
We've
working on.
got the Western Region meeting is coming up, and that's going to be in Corpus Christi this year,
Okay.
believe it or not. And that's April the 18th through the 20th. And it's going to be with the other Western Region clubs. And you need to tell them
we have
who they are.
30 clubs altogether in the association. And in the West region, we have 8 clubs. And Roswell's just one of those. So we have 4 different regions, and we're in the West region. And so we have a regional meeting every year, usually in April. And then we have an association convention every year in September.
Just kind of making sure that the entire Desk and Derrick community are on the same page
Right,
there.
right.
Obviously, because there's a message and things, and so make sure the message is the same
And-
at every Desk and Derrick
What was
club.
really
Yeah.
exciting is last year we had the association meeting in Albuquerque. So we were involved in the planning of it.
We got to
and
help
it was
plan that.
fabulous.
Do some stuff. Yeah,
wonderful.
So if you want to get involved more locally in our local level Desk and Derrick Club, it also is a opportunity to get involved in state and bigger issues.
Yeah,
too.
this year we're going to Dallas.
Good deal.
To Dallas, Texas for our ADDC meeting, which is the Association of Desk and Derrick Clubs.
Excellent.
That's our convention.
Do you guys, with the Desk and Derrick, do you guys do a lot of work with our local politicians and stuff, kind of keeping them abreast on some of the things oil and gas is about? Or
I
is
think
that
on the
other aspects of
association
oil and gas, or other aspects of oil and gas industry that work
on the
that kind of
association level, I think we do have a lot of help in that aspect. Not necessarily Roswell per se, but we do go to things like we just went to the oil show. Jackie and Jan went to the
Odessa
oil show in Odessa that they have, and so we try to keep them informed as much as possible.
But you guys are more the Desk and Derrick. Their side's more public.
We're
whereas
more about
there's other
educating.
entities that work with our
We kind of
legislators
try and stay away from politics.
Sure, you're wanting to educate the general
But
public
we're trying to
on what the oil and gas
educate
industry is all about.
people in the industry and the general public.
There's
in
other
fact,
aspects that work on our
We're
politics.
such a big educational organization that we also have scholarships that we do.
Ooh.
We have a scholarship in Socorro, an endowment, a very large endowment that we did because we received a great deal of funds from the dinners that Eddie David has thrown, the energy dinners.
Okay.
And we helped out with those. And so through that donation to the club, we created an endowed scholarship. And so we give scholarships out to people trying to go into this industry. And then we also created a scholarship fund at Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, for more of the trade type stuff, welding and
the automotive,
stuff like that.
And
so we donate regularly to that scholarship fund as well. And so we're really
when
about
we do
education.
Our fundraising. You know, we have a golf tournament every year, and that's our big fundraiser.
And it goes back to the kids.
It's going to be in August this year.
We're 501c3, and so
exactly.
So that's kind of your big main side too, is working with our local communities,
right?
Getting the next generation of oil and gas experts in their field and everything else,
That's
and
what
giving
we're
them
going
giving them the because. Like we said at the beginning of this conversation, every aspect of what happens in our future when it terms is moving us forward, oil and gas is going to play
and we need to keep it going, and so we have to educate the younger ones to keep it going.
And the university was great here locally because they told us that the unfunded scholarships were for the automotive and the welders and all of this. So they were so grateful to be able to get those funds to be able to give out to students.
There's not a lot of scholarships out there for that. So definitely if you're out there at Eastern and you're in one of those type of courses, look for our scholarship.
Well, and this is a great deal because, you have, when we talk oil and gas, we have our engineers and our people that are kind of the ones
landmen and
pushing the envelope to the next.
But you've got your support guys too.
But that's just it. The oil don't flow unless there's those people at the derrick doing the work.
You need welders. You need truck drivers.
Exactly.
You need.
And so to earn those skill sets and to get that formal education translate, and that's going to be their best server because we all know oil and gas is a volatile industry. Well, it's about supply and demand. When demand's up, everybody's
up and down.
When demand's down, then nobody's working. But guess what? These people that are now trained as welders and everything else, when times are not good and they don't need them at the derrick, they can write their own ticket wherever they want because if you ever met a broke welder, it's because they're broke by choice.
I know. That's a really good field to get into for sure.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. They get to work.
That's right.
They can
and
write
there's
their own
different
ticket.
types of engineers, and we're glad for that because different engineers you need different engineers for different things. And so,
the petroleum engineer is very important, and that's what we really target at Socorro.
Absolutely,
petroleum engineers.
Well, and that's and whatever happens next, those are the people who are going to be involved in how to get it there or get it out of where it needs to get to or get it where it needs to go.
Right. The oil and gas industry is a big employer. I mean, we need to keep that employment up.
It pays the state a lot of money.
It is.
Yes.
It's something we need to support and not turn into the devil.
You don't want to demonize it because we're working as cleanly as we can to extract this from the
ground. Do your own. If you don't believe anything we're saying here, do your own research. Get on there and do your thing. And you're going to come back and find out that just about every facet of your life is impacted in some way, shape, or form by oil and gas, whether it's directly or indirectly.
Exactly.
I mean, even the fact you're listening to me on your radio right now, is because of oil and gas.
Exactly.
Yep. That's
There's
exactly
some
right.
other variables, but,
Yes.
but without
Right.
without the plastics and the materials to make these
Right.
things happen,
That's right.
None of this happens.
That's
Right.
exactly right.
Well, one other thing I want to talk about is besides the golf tournament, we are going to have an industry appreciation banquet.
Okay.
And that'll be in
We
September.
have that every year.
All right.
We're shooting for September 12th. We're
Okay.
still not sure on the date, but that is going to be spectacular because we're bringing in the speaker that was at our convention
Okay.
in Albuquerque. And this
He's
guy
really good.
is amazing.
Awesome.
You guys don't want to miss this. It just blew us away.
Excellent.
And so
we'll
we're able
make sure
to
we
him.
get you guys on the radio as
Yes.
we get a little closer to
Sure.
and we get lockdown details and
Sure,
everything.
sure.
People can start RSVPing and everything.
Exactly.
Yes.
But to kind of get your foot in the door right now, come out to the meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
Right.
Again, it's going to be high noon at 12 p.m. at the Roswell Elks Lodge here in town, which is 1720 North Montana, if you're not familiar. We do ask that you RSVP. Contact Patty here. You can shoot her an email, D_P_Stacy, STACY, at MSN.com.
That's right.
And of course, if you look, another thing, if you forget all this because you're driving, just go to the Desk and Derek Facebook page.
Right.
Just type in Roswell Desk and Derek on your Facebook. It'll be probably the first thing that pops right up. Click that. You're going to see the flyer. It's got the contact information. But we do ask you RSVP so we can make sure there's enough food for
If you
everybody.
want food,
And
If
then-
you
gotta
want
call.
food, you better
And
RSVP.
don't forget,
Yeah.
from Monsanto Energy, we're going to have John Worrell as your guest speaker tomorrow.
Correct.
Yes,
Come
he's
out,
gonna be
meet
great.
some new other fellow Desk and Derekers. Come
Yep.
meet or come learn
Yeah.
about the industry. If you're
just
like,
come to learn.
I just want
Right.
to,
Exactly.
I'm here for the chicken strips, but I want to learn some information while
Yes.
I'm here too.
And we are kind of in a rebuilding mode. We want to bring more
Sure.
people
well,
in.
like you say, COVID is and everyone knows, and we're even
Yeah.
though we're 4 years later,
Yes.
we're still
struggling to
dealing
get
with
back.
the
We're
impacts
still
of
dealing
COVID.
with it.
I mean, some more. Even our schools and everything. I talk to our super and teachers
Yes.
every month.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And even 4 years later, it's so much better than it
Oh,
used to be.
speaking
But
which, the schools. We have the ADDC has a booklet that they put out. It's called Bits.
Bit of Fun Energy activity book.
Okay.
Activity book. And we used to be able to get them into the schools.
And
They would teach
Yeah.
a section on oil and gas. And it
Okay.
was for 3rd grade to 5th grade, I believe. Or
Probably.
something
That
like that.
sounds
It was
right. I
elementary
don't
school.
Love it.
And this year we're ordering some of the books, and instead of taking them to the schools, we think we're going to do a float in the parade,
cool.
and we're going to
And
hand
we'll
them
hand
out
out
to
the
the
books.
kids.
Okay. For the fair parade here in the
Yes,
summer? Awesome.
yes.
Very
so
cool.
we're hoping to hand them out on the route to the
Nice.
children.
Good deal.
So-
well, and that's just it. We educating the kids, and
Yep.
especially in our part of the country, because guess what? They're going to go out there in their front yards and see the desks and derricks, and to give them an understanding of what this is all
Yeah.
Right.
about.
What's a derrick?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We'll explain
Exactly.
it to you in the little energy book.
Yeah,
and
and
It's
the
a
cutest.
fun little activity book. It
Yeah.
has puzzles and all kinds of
It
things,
has
and it's really good for
cute,
kids.
You know, it has matching and all the stuff that kids like to do.
Sure, but it
So.
gives them that positive energy or image and understanding of what
Exactly.
the energy industry and the oil
Right.
and gas industry
Most
is about.
kids know that when they flip a switch, they can turn a light on.
Absolutely.
But they don't know how it gets there.
Yeah, and that's so
Right,
important.
They've
to-
got to
and
understand.
let's and we're not trying to make electricians or
No,
energy experts everybody,
no.
but you got to at least have a concept of understanding.
It's not magic.
That when it comes from here and goes here, this is the process.
This is
and
how
what
you
it does.
get it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
not magical.
And
it
how
doesn't
much
just
it's an
appear.
integral part in so many aspects of life and things. And,
Exactly.
And we think you think of the World War II effort, and when America, we talk about that greatest generation and things, and that the oil and gas, because they really had to figure out ways to do things, and because there are shortages of rubber. Hence, the oil and gas industry and other
Right.
industries are trying to work for alternatives to make a rubber tire because we can't get rubber anymore because of the war effort. I mean,
Yeah.
oil and gas is a big role in
They've
every one of
they've
those
always
things.
been there. They've
Yeah.
always
And
been
Always.
there.
so,
Always.
And so when you understand that history, it's something to be proud
Oh,
of.
if you
not
look
something to
at the
be
history-
ashamed of, like they want to tell you today.
Exactly.
We have an
Yes.
incredible editor of our oilette. It's called the oilette. It's a bulletin that we put out every
Monthly
month.
bulletin.
Mm-hmm.
And she has done an unbelievable job. This month
puts
she's
little educational
spotlighting
flyers in every month.
petroleum jelly. And she talks about the history of that.
Tastes bad, but very useful.
Very useful.
It's the worst tasting of all the
So
things.
she has a whole history on it. I mean, nobody knows where petroleum jelly came. Vaseline.
Right.
You know, we're talking
well, the
Vaseline.
title's in the name. It is right there. But
exactly.
Yeah, great for moisturizing and helping little
everything. Yeah.
So
you guys,
awful on a sandwich.
You guys need to look up the history of it. It's fascinating. It's just fascinating.
It is.
So we even educate our members every month.
Every month.
And a lot of times they find
articles.
this stuff out accidentally. Like initially it was created for a other purpose.
Exactly.
It didn't really meet the need of that purpose, but oh by golly, it's so
Look
good
at
for
all
this.
the other stuff it does. Yeah, exactly.
Things like silly putty came to be at the being because that's what and that was back to the tire thing.
Yeah.
They were trying to find alternatives to rubber, and so silly putty got invented. It's like, well, this is awful as a tire, but guess what? It bounces. It can pick up
It makes me
imagery.
think of the movie Flubber.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she also, the previous month, she talked about how when they discovered oil and realized it could burn, they were using whale oil, and nobody could afford it.
Yeah.
It was too expensive.
It was too much
people were in the dark.
And then here you have all this in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Until they discovered oil.
Yeah.
And once they discovered that you could refine it and use it for light and energy, they said that's when the Industrial Revolution started.
It kind of begat the next our next phase in history here.
Exactly.
And you see the modern industrialized revolution.
Yeah, they didn't have to use wood or dung or whale oil to heat and have light.
Yeah. And
for the
that's
home.
just it. People don't realize oil and gas has been around longer than cars and motorized vehicles have been on this earth.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just
since the dawn of human
been
beings,
there for a long time.
There's been a place for oil and gas, exactly for heating, for light. They figured it out early.
They did.
That oil and gas is
even
very good
before
tools.
the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, before they said this would make great use in it. Yeah, even before the bubbling crude popped up in there.
Exactly.
But there were so many uses before the internal combustion engine showed up on Earth here.
Right.
And it was the Beverly Hillbillies. Patty and her group, she's involved with
We used to do a little skit called the Petro Billies, and it was our way of education. We'd go to the schools and educate the kids on stuff like that. Yeah, it was
a hilarious skit, and the kids loved it. And they got educated, and they didn't even know it.
Well, that's just it. And that's where you start, at that level, when they give them that understanding and obviously doing it through that fun way presents a positive memory for them.
You have to catch the kids' attention somehow.
But you want to set that table as it's there to help, not to be an adversary.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And we live too much in a world where there's enough people telling you to ask them what their solution is, though. That's next time they get on to you, say, well, what do you think we should do? And they're going to say stuff like electric, like, all right, well, how are we going to do that without oil and gas? Explain that to me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
My favorite thing is the video of the guy who has an electric car, and he gets stuck out in the middle of the desert, and he's calling for somebody to bring him gas, and they're like, your car's electric. And he opens up the trunk, and there's a Honda gas engine in there that he has to fill up to charge the electric car.
It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
It makes no sense. Until the technology's there, it makes no sense.
Even when you plug in your car in your garage, guess where that power's coming from.
Exactly. Hello.
Exactly.
But there was another thing I wanted to mention. I've started another community service.
Okay.
We used to do them years ago, and we started again.
Help the community as
well.
Yes.
And our first one was donations to FORA, Friends of Roswell Animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
They needed dog food desperately for boarding.
Well, and we have a major pet overpopulation committee, and I always have the humane side and everybody
and I'm
on
volunteering for
and these groups, there's some great groups in town, so please work with these groups. And,
we did that
and help do their part.
That was in January,
right? And this month,
and then this month we are collecting money, and we'll collect it tomorrow. You're going to love this for the Walker Air Force Museum.
Ah, another great entity.
So they work on donations. So we're going to collect it.
If you have not been down there, go look at the American Airlines flight schedule, and their hours are based around that. But here around noon today, get on down there and walk down there.
Yeah.
Drive down there, have lunch.
Yeah.
They have great
They have the
burritos and
cafe
everything
out
there.
there.
Oh yeah, I wanted to try that.
Pretty good burritos. I've had a couple there while I've been there.
Now we know.
I don't miss food.
I don't miss food either. Trust me.
and then come and take a gander through that, which we get some. It's completely free, and I guarantee because they really there's two things they do out there. One is the history of the Air Force Base, the Army Airfield, and things, but it's also our role during the Cold War with the continental ballistic missiles and stuff. And we were the early generations before they got into the more modern ones, these Minutemen and stuff. The even before the Titans, the Atlas, the ones that were liquid fueled, and not the more dangerous ones that weren't the fuel cells and things. Roswell's history, as they got better, they kind of moved into other parts. But here in Roswell, we were those first generation ICBMs.
Kind of after my own heart. My father was an Air Force colonel when he retired. And so, we were lifers.
Yeah.
We were in the Air Force, and I know what the Air Force put forth. So this really touched me a little bit.
It's kind of it's all, again, those circles and how they all interweave and things like that. So another great organization by you coming and supporting. You're also helping
we try to help support other so, we've got the Altrusa Club that we know does all that stuff around, but we like to do our share too.
Absolutely.
And so we're trying to bring that back a little bit and come up with something every month or every other month to try to donate to.
You heard the word scholarships earlier. Please come to the meeting tomorrow. If you're like, I'm looking for scholarships for my children.
Yes.
Keep your ear on the ground. Come have lunch with us tomorrow and come to the Elks Lodge and we'll learn you a little bit more about them scholarships.
Yeah, we're looking at the Roswell Community Disaster Relief for our next community service
great
project.
And they're doing a lot right now, working with the Many Hands organization for the Gonzalez Warming Center.
Right.
So again, all interchange and helping out here.
So that's what we're looking at for our next one.
Absolutely. So that'll be for April.
Right.
Well, we hope
April or May.
April or May
We'll
because
find out.
we're supposed to have a joint meeting with the Artesia Club.
Oh, okay.
In April,
So
that's
you
our
gotta work that.
traditional joint meeting. So we've got to work that out.
They're
Who's
kind
in charge
of our
food,
sister
then? Is it
club.
Artesia or Roswell?
It'll be us this year
okay.
because they're having a struggle over there getting members and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and host again this year.
Oh, very good.
They're like our sister club. So every year we trade off hosting one meeting a year. And so.
Well, they got nice places to eat there, and they got nice. So I imagine that they don't mind because everyone likes to go to each other's place and eat at their certain food.
Yeah, we trade off every other year.
Like y'all are like, we can't wait to get to LaFonda, and I'm sure there's a place here, the Cerritos or something, they can't wait to get to as well. So.
Right. Yeah, there's always something. Yeah.
But again, come out tomorrow. Please reach out and an RSVP. You can email Patty here directly, D_P_Stacy with a Y at the end, STACY at MSN.com. Or if you can't remember that because you're driving or you just don't have one of those kind of memories, I hear you. Go on Facebook. Yes. You're going to be there eventually. Go to just type in the search bar Roswell Desk and Derek. It'll be the first thing that pops up, and the first thing on the page is the invite for the meeting tomorrow. You can reach out to Patty that way, either way, and do it this morning. Don't wait till tomorrow because, like you said, we got to know how many chickens. If we got to pull one more chicken finger off a plate because you didn't call, then we got to.
You get nothing.
That's right.
You don't get any food.
No food for you. With the student Nazi. No food for you.
No food for you.
Yep. Sergio, get a little touchy about that.
Absolutely. So, well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you next time here as we tell people. We'll get you to remind people about
before
the
our
next meeting.
industry meeting.
Yeah,
and
we'll do that.
Before our golf tournament.
Yes, absolutely. Get it in here, and we'll that way we can because. We need to be popped upside our head to remind.
Oh, that golf tournament is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the guys love it.
Yeah. So we'll get you in that way. Because we're the land of manana and we forget all that
other. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'll give you a call in August.
Perfect. Sounds good.
And he reportedly spoke by telephone with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, too.
Secretary Blinken says the U.S. will be sending tens of millions of dollars more in aid to Haiti. President Biden has taken the wraps off a $7.3 trillion election year budget proposal for fiscal 2025, referring to the plan as fantasy. The Wall Street Journal opines it proposes defense spending as if the world is at peace, entitlement spending that isn't sustainable, and tax increases that would hurt the economy if they passed, which they won't. Joe Biden and Donald Trump hope to clinch their party's presidential nominations today with victories in a slate of state primaries. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 104 points, the Nasdaq 72 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
An aid ship loaded with 200 tons of food has set sail from Cyprus, headed to Gaza.
The food's being gathered by World Food Kitchen, the charity founded by celebrity chef Jose Andres, and is being carried on a barge attached to a ship belonging to the Spanish aid group Open Arms. It's expected to arrive at an undisclosed location on the Gaza coastline in a few days. The shipments are test for the opening of a sea corridor to supply aid to the territory, where starvation is spreading 5 months into the Israel-Hamas war. The US also plans to construct a sea bridge near Gaza to deliver aid, likely to take weeks. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A utility network operator says power has been restored to electric car maker Tesla's factory near Berlin nearly a week after an outage believed to have been caused by arson. The grid operator says Tesla was reconnected to the network late last night. News and analysis, townhall.com. What do you get when you cross rodeo with skiing?
An extreme, quirky, and somewhat goofy winter sport called ski joring. It's a heart-pumping competition in which horses at full gallop tow skiers by rope over jumps and around obstacles as they try to lance suspended hoops with a baton. Every winter, thousands of people converge on Leadville, Colorado to witness one of the most popular races in the country. Riders and skiers say they're drawn to the sport simply by the adrenaline rush, the speed, and the camaraderie. Jason Walker reporting.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is turning up the heat on Boeing. Buttigieg says with the aircraft maker facing multiple government investigations, it needs to make a serious transformation when it comes to safety as well as manufacturing quality. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8:05. Welcome to our number 2.
The Deuce.
I like it. The Mornings with Mike Winters. That's right.
You gotta add your own sound effects sometimes. I do my own Foley, you know.
Yeah. Oh, by the way. There was another funny scene from the Oscars the other night that I didn't talk about yesterday that did make me laugh. It was Arnold and Danny DeVito presenting some award together. And, of course, the twins thing and all that. But they do make a joke. Because you think they're going to go with twins. But they don't. Both of them were bad guys in Batman movies. They're like, the one thing we have.
Right.
It's like, the one thing we have in common, we both got our butts kicked by Batman. And then Michael Keaton was in the audience.
Oh, that's
and so there's a whole scene where they're staring down Keaton and Keaton's staring at back. It's pretty funny.
Now, although in fairness, Arnold Schwarzenegger's was George Clooney.
Yeah, he had Clooney.
Yeah.
DeVito had Keaton. But
still,
it was pretty good.
That's it's non-canon, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty excited by that. Oh, and by the way, apparently after I saw this article today, Michael Keaton was talking about the reboot Beetlejuice is really good. He was saying I've seen the days and stuff from it. He said it's going to be really good.
I'm very, very excited to see it.
But there's another movie that's getting ready to come out that's kind of a big deal, but it's really been under the radar. There's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out like in a week or two.
That soon?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a sequel to the
it's a sequel to the Afterlife.
To the Paul Rudd ones, right? Yeah, with Finn Wolfhard and all them.
And it looks like it's the original Ghostbusters in there because I saw Bill Murray in the credits or in the trailer suited up Ghostbusting. I can't remember if I saw Aykroyd, so I think it's a combination of like the new and the old.
I've just been seeing a lot of like pop-ups of Slimer again, so I'm curious if that works its way back into.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Slimer's like between that and the Stay Puft guy. It's the two most iconic.
Stay Puft.
Stay Puft. Look, I am all for. I'm not okay. Full disclosure, I liked Ghostbusters. They're fine. I was never a humongous Ghostbusters mark.
Yeah.
That being said, if they bring back Slimer in this movie and it gives them an excuse for High C to re-release Ecto Cooler for a limited time, I'm all for it.
He's all about the Ecto Cooler.
Dude, Ecto Cooler was the flavor of my freaking childhood.
Well, maybe we can get the High C people on it.
Yeah, they really need to.
I've always been, because I remember as a kid when the original Ghostbusters hit the theaters, and it kind of came in as a sleeper.
Yeah.
And at first it came in and the ads were on it and people were like, oh, but it blew up at the box office. It was a true blockbuster movie. It literally, and back in those days, it was a lot more about if people kept going to see the movie, they'd keep it in the theater longer.
Yeah.
They do that now, but because we didn't have the direct-to-video digital stuff like we do now, this thing was in theaters for months because it just wouldn't go away. It was like 3 and 4 months, it was still number one at the box office. People were going back time and time again. And so I remember when Dad taking me to the theater, and it was in the first go around of it getting popular. I hadn't seen it yet, and it was such a big deal. It was a packed theater, the crowd's cheering. And so that was my first Ghostbusters experience. And so for me, Ghostbusters is a tentpole thing in my head.
Sure, of course.
It was such a big thing at the time.
I think one of the problems with it is it came like the original.
Yeah.
And then the hype for the original came right before me, or at least my conscious me.
Yeah.
Because it came out in what, like 88, was it 85?
Something like that. I don't remember what it was.
Not sure exactly. But it was like, it wasn't on my radar until I got older.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't old enough to understand what it was, what it was. But when I finally saw it, it blew me away. It was a great movie.
I'm sure a few of the jokes went over my head at the time, but I was, the Slimer, the library, the whole
84. It came out the same year I did.
84.
84. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was 11 when it came out.
Right.
And
that's when Bill Murray was busting.
He was busting.
Oh, well, Bill Murray was and that, to be honest, Bill Murray was famous, obviously, because of Saturday Night Live and all.
He been busting since
Caddyshack and all
70s.
that. But I think Ghostbusters put him to superstardom. Like, I think at that point, Dan Aykroyd, and especially Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, and Bill Murray, they really blew up from that movie.
Although arguably I would say him and Aykroyd were the biggest stars of
because SNL, they already had this SNL, lore behind them. So, and same with Ramis too. But Ramis was lesser of a player. He's more of a writer than a front of the screen guy. And so this was really one of the first times I think he was in the front of the screen first.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Harold Ramis, which great comedian, great actor, love Harold Ramis. But if you look at a lot of his credits, a lot of it's behind the scenes, writing, producing, and doing. That's where he kind of made his niche.
Yeah.
In Hollywood.
And I think that's why the new Ghostbusters are so like they're so well received is because of the tie-in with Ramis and his son.
I also think people embrace Afterlife way more because people were so visceral about the all women Ghostbusters. Which if it was a movie by itself, just watch. It's not a bad movie.
It's
the fact
not.
that they tried to crowbar women power.
No, it is a bad movie.
That's the thing.
But I mean, like if I just watched it by
It's
itself,
not funny at all.
and not had known a Ghostbusters lore to it or whatever, just watch. It's an entertaining movie. The part that made people mad was the fact that they literally were just trying to woman power this thing up, and it's like, look, I'm all for women power, but you don't have to bust down something that's already a tentpole thing to do.
It became the Panderverse.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you're right.
Yeah.
It's just because I watched the movie, the jokes were funny. That I laughed through the movie. The man hating stuff was a bit unnecessary.
I would say this, taking out the fact that it was the women were involved, whatever. It was just a poorly written movie. It didn't do. It would have been a bad movie without any kind of tie-ins to Ghostbusters, but the fact that they tied in Ghostbusters was the sacrilege.
I think, but Steven, still, I think the story was very reminiscent of the other Ghostbusters. Like, I think if it was Aykroyd and these guys doing it, you would probably like it not as good as Ghostbusters, but it's certainly been liked a lot more than what we got.
Fair enough. I'm going to say I'm glad it's in the hands that it's in.
Yeah. It's just even the what's his name? Thor being dumb throughout. That made me fun. I know it was kind of a man bashing thing, but it was funny.
That was
like the whole.
That was like the one thing that sort of kept me in.
Yeah, that was a funny part. But some of it was unnecessary. Like there was a little thing at the end, like in the end credits, you're just like, all right, that was just a shot. That wasn't even funny.
Right. It is kind of funny to think about though. Like, what if that movie
Creed?
What if that movie, the female reboot of Ghostbusters, actually turned out to be this like sensational hit that like took the world by storm and was like as good, if not better, than the original Ghostbusters movie? You ever wonder what timeline that would have put us on? Because like I'm a fan of the show Community, and I feel like I've made the argument that we are currently on the darkest timeline. The timeline that we're in right now is the darkest timeline. So you got to wonder what little itty bitty thing led to the world around us being in complete chaos. And I would argue if that movie would have been better,
all right,
that's the catalyst that sent us down the road of the darkest timeline. So there you go. That's how bad the Ghostbusters female reboot. That's how bad that movie is. It completely derailed us as a society.
Okay.
There you go. That was the dice roll.
But then we wouldn't have Ivan Reitman's son directing the new one.
Yeah, that's the one ray of hope we have in this darkest timeline.
He did the last one too, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Afterlife or whatever it's called. Yeah, he was involved in that.
Fine. You find a couple of little glimmers of hope.
And I also think Aykroyd was involved in the writing of that too. Like the original Ghostbusters was written by Aykroyd. It was cleaned up by other people, but the concept and the story is an Aykroyd vision.
Joint.
Yeah. And so I wonder, and so I think, in Afterlife he was back involved with. I don't know if he was with the girl Ghostbuster. I know he made a cameo in it or something.
He was not,
but I don't think he was involved in creating it per se. I know Bill Murray had a cameo in it, and they did an homage to Harold Ramis. If you look for a hot second, there's a bust of Harold Ramis when they walk into one of the college rooms.
Well, he's in the final scene.
Well, in the movie, in the I'm talking the girl one.
Oh,
yeah.
In the girl Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
There's a scene where they're at the college or something or wherever they work at, and they're walking down the hall, and if you notice, there's a bust of Harold Ramis there, and it says something there. It's an Easter egg.
It's enough. It's not, but it's
my favorite part of that Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger bit was when he says, "How did Batman beat you again?" And Arnold says, "My one weakness, the power of love. That was my weakness." And then Danny's like, "Oh, that's nice. I got thrown out a window.
I love Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Now I want to see a Twins 2.
I've heard rumors that they were at least there's a script.
I would watch it. I would watch Twins 2.
I would embrace that movie. Especially them now.
Yeah.
Call it triplets and have them find out they have another brother.
Yeah.
You know, and have it. What would be hysterical?
A triplet?
Yeah. What would be hysterical is have that brother be like Paul Rudd, somebody who's significantly younger than them.
Bradley Cooper.
You're right.
Like you got beefy, muscle-bound Arnold. You got tiny Danny. Yeah, you need a Bradley Cooper or just something in the middle there.
Some creamy middle there, yeah.
I would argue, it would be a good one. It had to be.
Okay.
Or what if it's the other way?
How about this? How about a Zach Galifianakis? See, now I know we're going with the same like pit of cast here, but yeah, I feel like a Zach Galifianakis would be good for a little comedic bounce off of like a DeVito.
Yeah. Although, I think it would be even funnier if you put like a Bieber type. Like someone like a YouTuber or something that's kind of like 20.
What's the dude who's what's the movie that just came out that everybody's been talking about as not being that good? It was doggone it, I just what's the dude, High School Musical? What's the guy?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched it, but I did.
Zac Efron.
Okay,
yeah,
that one.
He's
Efron. Okay.
Yeah, Efron. He would be a good like slightly older Bieber-esque type.
And he's kind of short, but he's kind of muscly. You know, he has in roles, Peter's roles. So that might be that might almost work like you could almost believe it.
Right.
Or I'd go another direction. Get a black guy. I think or a Mexican guy or someone who's not white.
That would be pretty funny.
That.
Jackie Chan just rolls up in there.
That would be funny too.
What's up? I am your brother.
That would be too bad. Pat Morita's not around anymore.
Oh man, that would be fantastic.
I mean, he has played Arnold.
Speaking of, did you ever see that movie? I cannot even for the life of me think of the name of it, but it stars Pat Morita and Jay Leno.
Were there cops?
They're like buddy cops.
Yes, I remember that. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember seeing that movie in the 80s.
It just kind of briefly.
And Morita's, if I remember right, isn't Morita more of the loose cannon guy?
Yeah,
and Leno's kind of the straight man.
He's not. He doesn't play the He doesn't play the Miyagi character.
He talks like Arnold from Happy Days.
Right,
his other character.
His kind of lispy voice.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the name of that movie? And
I don't know. I remember the movie vaguely. It was right in there. There was
Collision Course.
That's it.
Yep.
Like I feel like
that is the greatest cover ever. It's just Mr. Miyagi standing back to back with Jay Leno holding a gun. That is fantastic. And yeah, I know he's not. He's more Arnold from Happy Days in this movie, but yeah. That movie just kind of briefly fluttered through my head.
I forgot it existed until you said it. I was
Right.
like, you're right. I do remember something about that movie. So our guest is in here.
I haven't
patiently
seen
waiting in there while we're
Not
talking.
yet.
Okay.
Let me-
Well, if we'll give Dr. Powell a few more minutes, and then if not, we'll play something else here. But let me see if I got any notices. Oh, by the way, one of my other guests canceled next hour too, so we will have just the folks from the Liberty join us here. But it is 8:20. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure system developing to our north. No rain for us, but we will be getting gusty wind over the next couple of days. Breezy today, upper 70s to low 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight will be clear with mid-40s and still pretty windy. Gusty on Wednesday, wind at 25 to 30 miles an hour. It will stay sunny and warm, though, high in the upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I was hitting refresh there as the guy was finishing up. Currently 43 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 49%. Winds are calm at the moment. Today, pretty nice. Sunny skies. Expect a high of 78 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear. Expect an overnight low of 43 degrees. Southwest winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, going to be different. Windy anyway. We do have a fire weather watch that's going to kick in at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. That will remain in effect through 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. Expect some patchy blowing dust for the afternoon tomorrow. Skies will be sunny, warm, 76 for a high, but the winds, they officially classify as breezy, but there is a fire weather watch. Winds will be out of the west, 5 to 15 early. Those winds will pick up 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour by Wednesday afternoon. That is bringing in cooler temps and moisture as well. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 43, winds out of the west 15 to 25. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Thursday, during the day, another nice day, mostly sunny, 70 for a high, northwest winds 5 to 10. But then the rain chances roll in Thursday night, and good ones. 70% chance of showers Thursday night, mainly before midnight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 40. Friday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers before noon. Mostly cloudy for the day with a high of only 50, so going to be a lot colder. We're dropping about 20 degrees from Thursday to Friday. And like I said, a 60% chance of rain Friday morning. Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance of rain as well. Mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 41 degrees. For the weekend on Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers before noon. Mostly cloudy, highs near 60. 20% chance of rain Saturday night with an overnight low of 39 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. 40% chance of rain for Sunday as well. Mostly cloudy, highs near 56. 30% chance of rain Sunday night, mostly cloudy, 36 for an overnight low. And Monday, when you head back to work, a 30% chance of rain and snow showers with a high of 56. So probably more rain than snow, but might see a few flakes here or there. So enjoy today, and tomorrow we'll see the wind and everything kind of shifts to moisture, hopefully. But enjoy today. That's the message. All right, it is 8:23. Dr. Powell, haven't seen him yet, so let's take a quick commercial break. I'll come up with a backup interview here, and if we don't hear from Dr. Powell in the next few, we'll get that going for you. But quick break. We'll be back on the other side. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else. Or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
Get ready, Roswell and surrounding areas. The biggest block party of the year is coming to the Liberty. The first annual Rock the Block Downtown Block Party, Saturday, April 6th, in the parking lot of the Liberty in Roswell. An all-day block party with fun for the whole family, plus food trucks and vendors, a beer garden, and more, featuring Los Lonely Boys.
How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me?
With special guest Shiloh.
I still don't get you, hard as I try. Is there no endeavor inside?
And Robin Scott.
When you turn and you walk away, it will be one big glorious day.
Tickets are available now at thelibertyinc.com. Get yours before they're gone. And don't forget about the after party live inside the Liberty. Gates open at 3. Tickets and more info at thelibertyinc.com. Rock the Block 2024. Saturday, April 6th in the parking lot of the Liberty, 312 North Virginia in Roswell.
Edge Safety and Services LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for roustabout crew and a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screening. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 2801 North Freeman in Artesia. Edge Safety and Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Artesia General Hospital's family practice providers support the healthcare needs of every member in your family, no matter their age. With locations in Artesia and Carlsbad, our compassionate experts offer a full range of primary services and can help manage chronic conditions, treat illness and injury, and coordinate specialty care. Whether you need a medical provider for your entire family or are getting on track with your annual checkup, we're here for you. Reach out today at artesiageneral.com/family.
Can't hear as well as you used to? That can happen to the best of us, but when you can't hear people speaking or birds chirping, it's time to take action. That's when it's time to call Howard Allman with Here on Earth Hearing Care Center. Howard has been helping people hear better for over 55 years. Howard is who helps the Artesia seniors with servicing their hearing aids of all makes with free cleaning and hearing evaluations, and he's ready to help you. Howard can share with you information on Audibel Intrigue AI hearing aids with many features you might not expect a hearing aid can do, such as using your hearing aids to stream calls, music, and more. Plus, health monitoring, count steps, even fall detection, all built in. Meet face-to-face with someone who can help you choose the right hearing aid for you. Call Howard at 575-622-0375, and he'll be glad to set up a time to meet with you. That's 575-622-0375 for Howard Allman of Here on Earth Hearing Care Center.
Asian Market brings the flavors of the East to Roswell. The market side has lots of new and different items, including new sauces and noodles to enhance your Asian dishes, plus new snacks and more. And the restaurant inside Asian Market has all Nook's favorites from 11 to 5, like wontons, egg drop, rice or noodle soup, crispy calamari, and the best barbecue fried rice in town. Dine in or call ahead for easy pickup. And find Asian Market on Facebook for updates on open times and specials.
Hi, this is Nook. Come see me at Asian Market, 5702 South Main in Roswell. Call 575-840-5309.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 29 minutes after 8 o'clock. Not seen our guest yet, so I think we're going to miss them for today. So I have a backup plan. Yesterday in the 9 o'clock hour, Nook with Asian Market popped in for a visit. She came in to announce that they've got new hours for summer and spring here starting this week. They're going to be open till 7 o'clock now. And they'll be taking orders at the restaurant till 6:30 now. So you can get a little bit longer for dinner hours there, too. So Nook joined us yesterday. Plus we brought a few of the drinks that we tried, some of their smoothies and all that. They got some great stuff at the market. And she always, most of the time, brings a couple items for us to try and sample. So she joined us yesterday to talk about the hours and some new stuff in the store. So for your listening pleasure, here is Nook with Asian Market. Enjoy. And good morning. It is 28 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Nook from Asian Market back with us. Good morning, Nook. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Doing well, well. How are things at Asian Market this morning?
It's good. Oh, this morning? Not yet.
No, yeah,
not ready yet.
But of course, for folks not familiar, Asian Market is a wonderful market and restaurant located on Main, South Main, as you're heading down towards the college. It's on the southbound lane there. Look for the big blue sign there. It'll be on your right as you're heading south towards the south end of town. If you're coming from the base, it'll be on the other side of the road there. But one half of the facility is a big market that sells products from all over Asia. So if you're looking for stuff from China, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, all the Asian world there.
Taiwan, Hong Kong, something like that.
Everything from canned foods to sauces to meats and vegetables to everything else there as well. And then the other half is Asian Market, the restaurant, where they serve delicious Asian Nook's creations from her kitchen, soups, salads, your traditional Asian dishes. Pretty much, she works it all there for you.
Yep.
So.
If you've never been in, you need to make today your first day because it's an experience. You're going to come. I guarantee there's going to be at least one product on the store shelves that you're going to want to have or put in your home.
You're gonna see a lot of cute things in there.
Yeah.
Cute new products in there.
And as I say every time, some of the best Asian food I've ever had in my life comes right out of that facility at Asian.
Thank
Market
you.
there. So make sure you come in. I say it every time. I always tell people, if I ever go to Thailand and sit down in a family's home and have a meal, I picture what I have at Asian Market's going to be the closest thing to that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty cool stuff. Now, that being said, you've got, first off, before we try some of the new products,
Well,
you got
first-
some logistics news for everybody here. You guys are gonna, now that the weather's getting warmer, you're gonna start being open a little bit later for folks and things like that.
That's the main thing today. Is kind of like I want to let everyone know that our Asian Market and the restaurant will be expand for the summertime.
Nice.
So from 10 to 7.
Okay.
And the restaurant 11 to 7. But on the restaurant part, just do me a favor. The last order for dine-in and take out, I will be at 6:30.
Good deal. So you're taking orders till 6:30.
Yes, till 6:30.
After that,
I have to clean.
Yeah, to clean, and then you got time to finish your meals.
But
and
you
all that.
you still can shopping until
so if you
7.
Want to call in or do a for pickup thing here, get them in
6:30.
before 6:30. That way, Nook can have time to prep it and get it all done and close everything up at 7 when the market closes. But now, so basically an extra hour. Here. When does the summer hours take effect officially? Are they effect right now?
Yes.
Okay. So
start from today, actually.
All right. So
today's
beginning
the first
today.
day. Yes.
We'll have our new summer hours. Even though technically we're spring, right? We haven't. Have we officially gone into winter yet? Or
but and
winter,
then if anything changes on the hour, I will let everyone know.
The best thing to do is if you're a fan of everything Asian Market, which once you go in there you'll realize you are. Go by and then go online to Facebook and then like and follow the Asian Market Facebook page. Anytime Nook has to close up because of something going on, or if there's new stuff or new products coming in, that's the first place it goes to the public is there on the Asian Market Facebook page. So once you go in there and realize how cool this place is and how delicious all the stuff is, you're going to like and follow it. That way you can stay up to date. So, if there's, because sometimes she has something going on. And
sometimes I need some break too.
Yeah, she's got a life to live. And sometimes life needs you to close down for a little bit. But whenever that does happen, it's the first time.
Always on Facebook, always on the page.
But that being said, you got an extra little hour now to get, so if you get off work here and you try to rush to make sure you get your Asian Market food in before they close, now you got a little leeway time. Get those orders in before 6:30, and she'll make sure that you got a full belly when it's ready. So, now that being said, she always brings in stuff every single time, and it looks like I see some juices.
Yeah,
or some drinks.
Some drink.
Okay.
With the cute bottle.
Yeah. Now these to me look like they're marketed for children, but in the world of Asian stuff, that's not necessarily the case because Hello Kitty is popular and those types of things to all ages. So if you look at it first, I'm thinking, oh, my child would love that, but then I'm like, that's not
my
catered
kid.
to
Actually, Abby is the first one. I get this in. Mommy, this looks like a baby bottle.
Yeah, it kind of does.
And you know what happened? She asked me, can I have one? I said, okay.
Of course.
I'll let you try one. And then she sucked on this bottle and walking the whole store.
And it was probably fun for her. And that's part of it. It makes the drinking fun. And and especially when it's like your juices and smoothies that are healthier that maybe some kids steer away from because it's not an energy drink or something.
No.
Soda or something. So if this appeals to getting more vitamins and nutrients into kids,
something they can read. Because it's all in Japanese or Chinese or something like that. So
it's not in something that you're familiar with.
No. So if it's in Thai, okay, I can read it.
Read it, but if it's in Japanese or Korean or Chinese or something.
What is this?
Yeah. Well, where does that come from? Japan?
This lot of the product mostly come from Korean, Japan, China, and Taiwan.
So it's pretty much everywhere, but your neck of the woods.
The last one is mostly snacks, so it mostly come from those countries.
Okay, and that's something too. When you're at Asian Market, that's
because you have you've got the whole cooler there full of teas and smoothies and drinks like that. There's also the freezers there for your frozen seafood and vegetables and things, and then your canned food is on the shelves, your ramens, your sauces.
Because a lot. Here comes guinea pig.
I knew Sean would be making his way over here. So
let's Sean try this.
All right, so let's try this first one. Now this.
Oh, is this a Ramune?
No. Okay. I have a lot of Ramune, but I didn't drink it. A lot of Ramune, Hello Kitty, and Naruto.
Now this one here, is this like a smoothie or is this a juice?
This one is kind of like a yogurt.
It's a baby bottle. So
that's what drew to Nook's daughter.
There's a tool, so I'm guessing this is to pop.
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Abby. Abby is the first one who tried
the
it.
instructions are
Abby's
in,
not
I
here.
think, Japanese or Korean.
Not my language. So I'm gonna go ahead and pierce this because I'm guessing.
Roy acts like he knows what he's doing here. Roy, do you know what? Are you an expert on what he's about to do?
I know he's actually brought some of these types of sodas in before. So I'm gonna peel back this foil.
Okay.
Now it's got a bottle top on it. Okay, it actually has a silicone. Okay, so this literally is. Camera guy, you getting this? Oh, that's really good.
You think about Sean have that one on the road.
I'm gonna body this later. This is really yummy.
On the road.
It's pear flavored. I want to say it's like pear, maybe. Hang on.
Pear peach.
Shake well first.
Oh, it's.
You're gonna probably have to hold the nipple and hold the thing down and then shake it. Like at the baby bottle,
I thought it did. I thought it did. All right.
Like when you make formula for the kid.
And you got to shake and smile.
Yeah,
and
I haven't made formula in years.
Go like that.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely like a fruit, like strawberry, like milk kind of, or yogurt.
I got two flavors. I'm not sure what the other flavor is.
I'm getting like.
If you can read it, read for me, please.
Okay, well, give me 1 second to bust out Google Translate. I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's not Thai. Because Nook doesn't understand what it's.
Well, luckily, this will translate automatically. I think.
But this one I can read. Apple smoothie.
Okay, so that one's an apple.
729 hour fermentation. Okay, so it's yogurt. Added prebiotics for energy and easy absorption. Okay. Waiting for the. Okay. That's just
actually you're doing better than I thought.
Yeah, he can read.
It just says Hello Kitty lactobacillus drink.
All right.
So it's a yogurt drink.
It's lactose. Actually, it's pretty good for you. It helps digest. For somebody that have a problem.
Okay. I do feel like I need to point out that it's best before 2/29/2024. Just want to throw that out there.
I just got it in.
Now the one I got is an apple.
But it's still perfectly fine.
This is an apple smoothie.
Okay.
It has a bear head. I took it.
If you want to try it, I can take the nipple off and you guys can give it just drink.
This one is actually a liquid.
I'll hold my nipple while
looks like it says smoothie, but this one looks like a juice.
Okay.
See, it's like an apple juice.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
again, make sure to shake it though, because those are.
So if you have another one, we can go like this.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's how they teach on the bar rescue.
And you're gonna have to.
Do you want to give that a shot?
Yeah. Let me do this first.
All right.
I'm already in the apple zone.
Cool.
Okay.
Let me pull this off here.
This is fun though.
Yeah, and this one is for you to open it up.
My finger dexterity is not what it used to be, so.
I'm gonna eat my snack.
There we go.
Now, what I'm wondering.
Okay.
You know how some things taste better?
It smells like apple juice.
Okay.
Smells just like. You mind if I just
go ahead? Go for it. Go for it.
Just a cup. The lid. Yeah.
I'll just sample it.
I have a question. You know how some things taste better out of a can? Something like that?
Very good.
I'm just wondering if that tastes better coming out of a nipple.
I got to imagine it does.
This is it's like an apple juice, but there's a creamier, there's a little creamier. It's like apple juice with a creamier.
I didn't try it yet.
I like that better than regular apple juice.
Cacao Friends, okay. I'm gonna take a little shot here in the lid.
The thing that I like is the head.
Yeah.
The lid on that bottle. This is so cute.
It is cute. It's very
Is
kids
this
will
like
love
a-
it. But to be
Does
honest,
it taste like medicine?
No, it's like apple
I don't
juice.
think so.
You know what? Creamy apple juice.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is like the Martinelli apple carbonated hard apple, or not hard, but apple cider.
But there's
yeah,
it's really good actually.
That's very good.
That's tastier than I expected it to be.
Don't look at my snack.
Yeah. Getting her ramen set up and everything else.
I'm hungry. Yeah, I got another pack for you guys.
Now, I want to be the first one to try this.
Yeah.
So like,
same concept.
When you get hungry, do you get to like?
Nope.
Like, do you eat while you're cooking?
No, you know what?
Yeah.
I
got a
normally
nipple inside
mostly
the cap.
can sit down and eat. 'Cause
Okay, I didn't
always-
think you'd have time to, but I was just wondering,
No.
like, hey, I'm making a plate of chicken,
I don't know.
whatever. I'm making
No.
beef and broccoli here. I'm just gonna eat bake a little bit bigger
No,
portion and eat some of it.
I'm not doing that though.
Okay.
It's kind of like if I have a chance to eat, it's just gonna be one bowl
Sure.
of food,
You
and I
probably
walk
eat it-
around.
Again, your chance to eat is what you're doing right now.
Mhm.
Open the bag, break it up, and start eating it here. So, all right, we do have a ramen to try. This one is.
I bought it many times.
Oh, we've tried this one.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can
This
we
is
can
mine.
snack on this
Heck
later. All
The,
right. Well, we will snack
my
on it
snack
later.
on the road. That
All
one.
right.
Mhm.
That's a road snack.
So the one he tried over here is this like another yogurt beverage?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we missed one. What's that one you're trying?
Mango flavor.
Okay.
So that's a mango smoothie.
Yeah, it sounds
'Cause
like.
it's cream based. It looks more white.
Sean, I can't get
Yeah,
it
it tastes like something you'd have at a cafe.
Okay. Which that's what blew me because the apple juice looks like a juice, but there's a cream element in there. It tastes like a creamier apple juice than what we normally drink. Like when
I
you
got
get
two flavors, mango and strawberry.
That's so it is strong.
Okay, that's how you take it off.
Okay.
You just
There we go.
pry it off.
Another toy to play.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now is this a common thing in like Asian culture? Is the baby
No.
bottle thing?
No.
Is that,
Yeah,
or is that just
I had it
It's
sampled.
That's all.
just-
That's
it's
all
just-
marketing and.
Yeah, it's just something for you guys to
I wonder
have
if it
fun.
tastes better post nipple.
most things do.
But that apple
Does it have a
smoothie
hole?
is I'm gonna say really good.
Tell you
I'll
what,
give that a
this-
10.
Okay, now
I'll try
we see
a little
a 20, 34 years old sucking on the bottom.
A 30-year-old man sucking on a.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's not bad.
That's not
different.
bad. At first it was I kind of was getting pear, but I
It's
think
not my thing, but it's not bad.
Mhm.
It almost. It does taste like a smoothie, but like a thin one.
right.
It's like
You want to try this?
You know what it reminds me of is
Is the bottle?
like the Danimals.
Bring your own bottle. That's.
BYOB.
If you ever had
just
like
squirt
a,
it?
if you ever had like
Oh, it's
a
really stiff. Oh, well.
like Danimals or like the drinkable yogurts,
Milk it.
that's kind of what it reminds me of.
It's not bad, but it's not what I expected.
Yeah, it's kind of like fancy a little bit.
Because when you hear mango, you
Like
think
it hits you kind of tardy right at first, but then it smooths out. Like that's why I made that face when it first hit me. I was like, whoa! But then it smoothed out like right after it. That's usually the opposite. Usually it hits you small and then goes that hits you hard first and then chilled out in the back end.
You know what I drink mostly in my store? Just a soda water.
Yeah.
Just a carbonate water.
Yeah.
That's
not
it.
flavored.
I live
No
in
flavor.
water.
Okay.
No flavor, no nothing, just that one.
Well, usually people that cook don't do it for themselves.
No,
know what I
mostly,
mean?
I can tell you.
Yeah, that's Chef 101. Like the generally speaking, the worst.
That's not a gamer drink. Exactly.
The worst diets of people in history are usually chefs.
Yeah.
Because chefs are busy cooking food all day. And when it's time to eat their own food, they're like, I'm just going to throw something in the microwave or,
I just want
or you know,
a quick
what I mean?
sandwich or something. Nobody wants to make their own full blown meals.
So it does not surprise me
You have fun, Sean?
that you eat out of bags and everything else.
It's spicy.
I'm enjoying myself absolutely.
Yeah, seems like he have so much fun.
That's right.
Well,
On that baby
and
bottle.
Sean loves trying new things.
Yeah.
That's Sean's
That-
wheelhouse.
That's why I'm saying,
That's
hey,
what he
come
loves
here, come my
doing.
guinea pig.
And I enjoy it too, but not like the level he does, because
Yeah.
he's
Well, that's
more
what-
adventurous.
That's what I love about Asian market is you start on one aisle and you just start exploring and you like
Mhm.
you know imagine yourself trying the shrimp chips, you know,
Yeah.
or trying some of these different flavors, and then you turn around and then there are all those different candies. They have like 3 different flavors of Pocky that you can't get hardly anywhere else.
Yeah.
The unique Kit Kats, a bunch of the different Japanese and Asian candies, and it's always something different. There's always something new to find.
Yeah.
And the ramen selection at Asian Market,
Oh, yeah,
I
they're
would say
second to none.
the best ramen selection
Yeah.
in
Probably have-
southeastern New Mexico.
Yeah.
1,000 probably.
Well, that's just it. And like, if you love ramen, there's literally hundreds of different varieties of ramen
Yeah.
in there. from your spicy to your not spicy to more sweet to savory to a little bit of everything in there.
You want to hurt yourself? We got 2 times, 3 times, 2 times spicy, actually.
You could probably get 10 packs or 12. You could probably get a bunch of different ramens, and each one's a different flavor or a different variety.
Another thing too. Now the hot noodle, if you buy a case, I give you 5% discount.
That was my old band name, Hot Noodle.
What is that called? Bulldog. Bulldog.
Hey, we're Hot Noodle.
Yeah, the bulldog. Yeah, I love those. And those are
like hot tuna.
Those are like challenge noodles.
What flavor do you like?
I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's the pink one's good, but the blue pack.
The blue one
is my favorite.
Okay.
The pink one's good, but that one has cheese on the corner, which is kind of confusing because I'm like I'm not sure about how I feel about hot and cheese, and I wasn't totally sure about that. But
that was my old band,
Hot Cheese. Our first hit, Hot Chip and Lye.
The popular one that we have is the pink one. That's
Is it?
Pink one and black one.
Okay.
That's really
The
popular.
black one is basically like the challenge one, right? The hottest one you have.
No, the red one.
Is it the red one? Okay.
The red one is the challenge one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Challenge. Is the
on.
pink one supposed to be like healthy or something? Because it has like a cross,
I don't
like
know.
a red cross on
You
it.
know what? To
I
be
think of
honest with you,
seafood when I think
since I sell this stuff, I only eat 2 packs.
Really?
This-
Okay.
You know what? Why I eat it? Because one day we got the load in, and I accidentally cut it open. So I said, I'm gonna try it.
Well,
And you know what happened to me? I'm standing right there by the ice machine, crying,
Shoveling ice
my
in your
tear was just going down my employee laughing at me.
That's famously one thing you know about Nook is she can bring the spice. She doesn't really.
But I just
she didn't do the spice.
I
that
don't
often.
do much
Right.
Well, maybe we do that one time.
I'm down.
Bring in one of your hot ramens.
Okay.
My other band
But
name.
I let you guys try it. Okay.
It was like Starship, right? Just several iterations of the same.
I don't work well at others. I keep kicking down bands.
Next time I bring that.
Mike
next
is the
time I bring
Panic at the
hot
Disco.
Yeah, I was in like 30 bands with Hot order. Is the title in some way. I don't know how to play an instrument either. That's the weird part.
Yeah, it was. And he can't sing.
I can hurt you, but I don't want to hurt myself. I want to enjoy it.
Oh, but Sean and I are stupid. We do things like this sometimes.
Look at Sean.
So, oh yeah, he's.
If
You know what that reminds me of? Spanish culture.
Yeah.
When they have what's called a wine skin, which is basically this bladder bag made out of a deer skin, the traditional ones,
Right.
and they fill it with wine. And when you go to some Spanish restaurants or Spanish, they would fill, and so they want to serve you wine. That's exactly what they did. Is they take that thing.
Really?
Squeeze that wine in you. And,
the one that they put in kind of like a cow intestine,
Like
right?
a
Matter
bladder.
of fact,
okay.
it's called a wine skin. Is what it's always the term
Can I
for
just
this.
take the
but it's a
wine?
canteen, yeah.
Can I just take the wine, not the
Right.
thing?
But and I was in high school, so they filled it with soda, so it didn't have the same effect.
The modern
yeah.
American equivalent is at a soccer game. You'll usually see a dad carrying a 44-ounce cup, and it's usually filled with orange juice and a whole lot of vodka. It's basically the same thing.
But the wine skin is the precursor to the camel pack.
Yeah.
It was the camel pack of Spanish conquistadors.
Right.
And that's what it was. So, but anyway, when you did that, sort of remind me of what was that. So,
A wine skin in it.
But the whole point of all the thing we talked about here, new summer hours for Asian
Yes.
market. You guys are going to be open till 7 o'clock
Till
now for the
7.
market.
Nice.
The restaurant will stop taking orders at 6:30 p.m.
6:30.
each night here that they're open. So
Yeah.
Something I've
that's
been
starting today.
Something
Yep.
I've been saying for a while is get to the sheriff here because
Oh yeah,
he
we've been
likes
talking
spicy
about
food.
that. We got to get
Like
You're
he'll
gonna
eat
have
anything.
to make it happen.
I am. I'm next time he's in here.
Like he'll eat
last
anything,
week.
and you got to give him your glass noodles.
We gotta
because those are so spicy that when I ate them, I almost died.
No, you're not gonna die. You're just gonna have to pay back tomorrow.
It's for those spice kings out there who like that that kind of
The
thing.
sheriff is the most unaffected by heat I've ever seen anybody ever be affected.
No handcuff in here. Okay?
So I can
tell
tell
him
you-
to leave the cup outside. So
All right.
I'm allergic to it.
But yeah, that was kind of. But please come by Asia Market. Come try some of the new things you see. Every time you go on there, you're going to see different things on the store and the shelves because that's part of it too. Is everything comes from Asia, China, Japan, Thailand, Korea. These products are all so. you're kind of at the mercy of what you can get sometimes and things. So even some things that are very popular, please tell her so she can make sure they're always on the shelf. But when supply and demand is a little tricky, especially on an international scale like you deal with, it sometimes. So when you find good products in there, let her know so she can keep making sure those end up on the store shelves here. But definitely come by today. Come for lunch. Come for lunch. You'll start serving lunch here by about 11 o'clock.
11 to 7.
11 to 7. So
On the
starting at 11.
summer hour.
Come
But
on out.
if anything changes, I will let everyone know. I will post on Facebook. Like you said, follow us on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
General Tso chicken fans, try hers and see if it's not the best in town.
Might you have fun watching me eating?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, Sean's doing some research over there.
No, I was using my translate to try to figure. I can tell you that this is called, and again, I know that English reading goes in a different direction, but this is water and this is bay. That means love.
Really?
So it's water, love, bay, or bay, love, water. I'm not 100% sure.
I can't.
Yeah, that's what I got from
I'm
here.
going to go with Bay Loves Water.
Bay Loves
Sounds
Water.
more like a love story.
More makes sense, huh?
Yeah. I feel like there's a story there.
Right?
Guy and a gal and a bay.
Just a
Really?
bay with some
That's
water.
right.
Love and
Water Bay Love, because you read it from right to left.
Another band name, Water Bay Love.
I know. Oh yeah, that's like what he said.
Yeah.
I think they read the language is read from the back.
It's back to the front, bottom, and top. So it would be,
the right to the.
it would be
the left.
Right to left.
bay,
Yeah.
love, water.
And then the top to the bottom, like this. I think.
I'm about to have that purple cloud shoot out my head right now.
My language is read just like English from the left to the right.
For Thai.
Yeah,
Thai,
but the way
really?
left to the right. But the way it say after translated, it go like this.
Right.
It's mixing together.
That's when it gets confusing.
Yes.
If you want to let your friends feel like you're the smart person, get a manga comic book because they always start at the back bottom panel. And so when your friends see it, they're like, "Oh, you've already finished that whole book." I just got started.
Just cracking it open.
That's right.
But Asian Market, come on down, South Main.
Yes.
Is it 302 South Main? What's the actual address?
5702.
5702.
South Main.
South Main. I was trying to remember your commercial. I couldn't remember.
You
off the
I don't understand. Sometimes Google take my customer to Southeast Main.
Really?
And and they call me and then, where are you?
Where are you? I'm not
I'm
there.
right here. Where are you?
You're standing there shaking their order.
Right. Go on South Main. You'll see the big
Head
blue
to the
sign
airport.
there, like you're going to the airport at college. It'll be on the right side as you're heading down the southbound side of Main Street.
You will see the big building right there.
Yeah, and just when you think you're going too far, it's going to be right there. Because at some point you'll be driving, you're like, man, I should have passed it already.
Yeah,
and
a
I
lot
do
of
that
people
every
said.
time. And I'm like, oh, it's farther down. There it is. So it's down there as a way.
Do you want me to make a side bigger than that?
Yes.
Really?
No. But you can always call ahead your orders, and I'm going to let Nook do the phone number because that's her jam. So we're going to wrap it up here so Nook can get ready for lunch because she's got lunch to serve
I
in
already
an hour.
on the apron and
That's
everything.
right. She's got aprons. She's ready to dive in. So give us the phone number if you want to call in your orders. If you have any questions about what something's in
The
stock.
product or something, if I can help, the phone number is 575-840-5309.
That's right. That's right. So if you love a fan of the song from the 80s, it's a little easier to remember that
Like
number,
I say,
but
I'm lucky to have that number.
just don't do the 8675 part. That's the 5309 is the last part.
Can we change that?
That part is not the same. So. But come on by. Come for lunch. Come do some shopping here today. If you've never been, make today your first day to come to Asian Market. I guarantee you when you're done, you're going to be like, man, what a great experience and a great meal. I'll be back for dinner. So we appreciate you as always, and we can't wait to see you again soon.
Okay.
All right.
Enjoy the ramen.
I will. I've already seen Sean. I might have to put it under lock and key. He's going to steal it in a minute. So.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Roswell.
Anytime.
You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
It's time for the Southeastern New Mexico Sports Report. We got basketball this morning. Early morning basketball for the Artesia Lady Bulldogs at 8 a.m. at the pit. They'll be taking on Deming. Artesia's the 3rd seed, and after beating Silver, walloping the Colts over the weekend, that was on Friday, 61-33. Artesia's now 21-6. Deming is only the 11th seed at 16-10. And yes, these two teams have played. The second game of the season, Artesia disposed of the Wildcats 61-33. But hey, Deming over the weekend defeated Academy, the 6th seed, and beat them easily, 56-35. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, the season for Carlsbad comes to an end. Girls basketball losing a tough one in Las Cruces to Oregon Mountain by a score of 51-47. Carlsbad finishes 16-13. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at 92.9, The Brand.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure system developing to our north. No rain for us, but we will be getting gusty wind over the next couple of days. Breezy today, upper 70s to low 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight will be clear with mid-40s and still pretty windy. Gusty on Wednesday, wind at 25 to 30 miles an hour. It will stay sunny and warm, though, high in the upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Key economic updates this week. A murky inflation outlook. Retail earnings roll on. And a slow start to the week as Wall Street awaits key inflation data. Stocks mixed yesterday. The Dow up 46 points. The S&P mostly flat. The Nasdaq down 65 points. Mega cap tech stocks continue to ebb and flow. Nvidia is slipping again, finishing lower the past 2 sessions. Alphabet and Apple shares both climbing. Apple stock up after App Store revenue increased 15% in February. The long-term inflation outlook continues to worsen. Wall Street is targeting inflation to rise 2.7% over the next 3 years. That's up 0.3% from a month ago. The 5-year outlook increasing as well. Consumers less confident the Fed can hit its target inflation rate. Cole reports earnings after the opening bell. Reddit targeting a valuation of up to $6.4 billion ahead of its IPO, an ambitious goal for Reddit that boasts 70 million daily active users. The IPO scheduled for March 21st, one of the most highly anticipated tech offerings of the past few years. Please join me twice each weekday for the Lou Dobbs Business Report right here.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
Companies in the United States are 10 times more likely to be a victim of a cyber attack. Manufacturing, healthcare, retail, financial services, the leading targets. Arison Cyber Z Suite provides the protection you need before your data gets stolen, bank accounts get drained, and operations are at a standstill. Call Arison today to schedule a no-obligation consultation. That's 908-878-7717. Aricent, ERACENT.com. 908-878-7717.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
I'm Rich Thomason. The special counsel in the Biden classified documents case is testifying on Capitol Hill. House Judiciary Committee Chairman, Republican Jim Jordan, says this hearing with special counsel Robert Hur as a key witness will cover a lot of ground.
Mr. Hur produced a 345-page report. But in the end, it boils down to a few key facts. Joe Biden kept classified information. Joe Biden failed to properly secure classified information. And Joe Biden shared classified information with people he wasn't supposed to.
Hur declined to prosecute the president, although he also embarrassed the 81-year-old Biden by portraying him as an elderly man with a poor memory. The House gearing up for a vote tomorrow on a bill requiring China's ByteDance to sell TikTok amid concerns that the popular video-sharing app is under the thumb of the Chinese Communist Party. With armed gangs in control of so much of the country, Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry is resigning. Meanwhile, Haiti's getting more than $100 million in additional aid from the U.S.
A political crisis, escalating violence, unrest. This has created an untenable situation for the Haitian people. And we all know that urgent action is needed on both the political and security tracks.
Secretary of State Blinken says the additional aid will speed deployment of a multinational force to Haiti. There's also more humanitarian aid for Haitian civilians. 4 astronauts from 4 countries are back on Earth after catching a ride from the International Space Station, courtesy of SpaceX. Their capsule parachuted into the Gulf of Mexico near the Florida Panhandle early today. Inflation ticked up a notch last month. Consumer prices rose 0.4% from January to February. Rally on Wall Street. The Dow is up 242 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The drive to assure radio listeners of more options while they're behind the wheel is picking up speed.
Politicians are trying to pass a federal law that requires AM radios to be included in every new car. They say it's critical to public safety, especially in more rural parts of the U.S. The proposed law, called the AM for Every Vehicle Act, was proposed in Congress last year, but in recent weeks it's found a new wave of co-sponsors. Now there are enough co-sponsors to pass the bill in the House, and the Senate only needs a few more sponsors as well. If passed, the Department of Transportation would require all new motor vehicles to have devices that can access AM broadcast stations. It applies to vehicles manufactured in the U.S., imported into the country, or shipped in interstate commerce. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Officials investigating what caused a strong shake before the sudden plunge of a plane flying between Australia and New Zealand. 50 people were injured. News and analysis. Townhall.com. Murder and a scam in Connecticut.
Prosecutors say a 76-year-old woman accused of killing her husband, hiding his body, and collecting his paychecks now has pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Linda Kasuda-Bagazi was arrested in February of 2018 in the death of her husband, Dr. Perlugi Bagazi, a pathology professor at UConn Health. Investigators believe he died in July 2017, and his checks were deposited in the couple's joint checking account. Jason Walker reporting.
Following weeks of testing, an electronic system for filing tax returns directly to the IRS is now available for taxpayers from 12 selected states. Direct File is a free online tool, and taxpayers in those 12 states who have very simple W-2s and claim a standard deduction may be eligible to use it this tax season. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Miracles
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to it. Hope your Tuesday's going well. Enjoy the weather.
Quite nice. I haven't even gotten to mention yet. I got to enjoy a performance over the weekend.
Yeah.
Went to the Sunday matinee performance of Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah, you got one more weekend to see him.
You
Friday
do?
night, Saturday night, 7:30 p.m., 2:30 matinee Sunday.
It
Roswell
is-
Theater, theatre.com. Get your tickets.
Yes, it is a fantastic performance. And I don't know if they planned it this way. I like to think that they did. But it was apropos that a play called Around the World in 80 Days happened during a leap year. Because during the play, there's a lot of numbers getting thrown around, a lot of times getting thrown around, a lot of, adjustments of watches and talking about every 20 degrees of latitude you travel, you're supposed to adjust your watch back 4 hours and so on and so forth.
Right.
And at the end, they talk about crossing the international date line. Spoiler alert.
It's Around the World in 80 days.
Right.
You got to hit there eventually.
Right, but it's a great story, by the way. It's a whole bunch of slapstick comedy. They really threw the cast really threw themselves fully into this, pun intended, because there's a lot of pratfalls. But I thought it was apropos that it happened on a leap year because it talks all about time and the international date line and things like that. Do you know that if this was a story I had during it was actually on leap day? Do you know that if we didn't have leap days, if we didn't have leap years, that for about a period of about 600 years, beginning 300 years ago, we would celebrate Christmas in July?
Ooh.
The calendar would shift so much that our winter time, our holiday would be in July.
And to be honest, though, if you in the Christian history, isn't it believed that Jesus was born in the summer anyway?
Yeah, technically. It's a lot more factually accurate.
Yeah. So to me, I'm okay with that. I also remember hearing, and I don't remember all the details about it, but it was another one of those memes you see online. It's like, if you did this, we'd, and it's something like if you made every month 28 days or something, and the way it set it up, that the first would always be a Sunday, the last day of the month always be a Saturday or something, and there would be no leap. Everything lined up kind of perfectly, but we had to add a day of the week or add a month or something, and make the months 28 days or something.
Yeah, I think it's you add 1 month and make every day 28 days or something like that.
Yeah, and so I don't know if it's I've done the math, but we can't.
I'm no
get,
scientist.
Well, in theory, I love all these things, but we can't even get everyone to agree on changing daylight savings. You really think we're gonna change?
We
our
can't
entire
even get people
calendar
to
for the
agree
world?
on how to say it.
Yeah.
Because half the people you talk to, they're like, daylight savings time. And then the other half of people are like, actually, it's daylight saving time. But I want to punch those people in the face. Say it however you want. I seriously had a boss who pulled me into his office and corrected me because I was saying daylight savings time. And he corrected me, he said, do not say daylight savings time. It is daylight saving time.
These are those type of
Yes,
people,
sir.
and I get them because I'm a little like that, a little bit. I because in my head I do it. I don't say it to people. I don't think it's wrong. I don't point it out. I'm just in my head it's not right. But move on about your day. But yeah, if you're one of those people that need to point that out, you need to see a therapist.
I agree.
Because you've got some other issues going on, and if you're that annoyed about an S on a pluralizing something that's singular, but is kind of socially no one cares. I don't know. Maybe that's on you.
Exactly.
But I'm also the same person that gets overly annoyed with the incorrect use of theirs and theys and all that, and the yous and yours.
In case you're wondering who I was speaking of, think singer of the theme song to Welcome Back, Cotter.
Welcome back.
Yeah. That's all that needs to be said.
But then you get people they call him Carter.
Cotter.
Mr. Cotter.
Mr. Cotter.
It's like Kotter.
Yeah.
Isn't it? How you spell his name?
Cotter.
Mr. Cotter. I don't remember. It's been a few years since I've seen the show. Gabe Kaplan's still around, isn't he? Like, I think he's
in some capacity.
Like, if I remember right, Gabe Kaplan got big into poker, and was doing poker for a while there. Like there was a hot time in I want to say the 90s and early 2000s where he was doing poker, on poker circuits and all that kind of stuff.
If that's him, he could totally star in the biopic for, what's the My Pillow guy?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he could totally look at him. Right? He looks just like.
He does look a lot like the My Pillow guy now.
But anyways,
yeah, we're so used to seeing him with the bush, because
right.
he had the big curly hair and all that. And
Mike Lindell.
Mike Lindell.
It came to me when I stopped thinking about it.
And so he doesn't have the big curly hair anymore. And so
let's see, what is he doing these days? Going to his IMDb page. God, they really need to make that movie. I would watch it. Let's see, he was in The Grand in 2007. That looks like maybe the most recent thing.
The Grand?
The Grand.
I don't remember
which was a movie. Let's see. It's 84. Why is this not? You guys suck.
I don't know. But I see and to be honest, there's just two things. I remember Mr. Cocktail, obviously, and watching that. But Gabe Kaplan was one of the big players in the Circus of the Stars when those were a thing.
I do remember
back
that. Yeah.
in the day.
Circus of the Stars and Sideshow.
Yeah.
That was always my favorite because they'd have the Sideshow.
And if I remember right, wasn't Gabe Kaplan kind of like the ringmaster for a lot of it? I don't think he was up there on the trapeze artist or doing any of that stuff, but I feel like he was the host or the ringmaster.
That's another one. He was on the new Hollywood Squares too.
Was he?
Yeah, the 80s
okay,
version.
I didn't watch that one as
with
much.
Joan Rivers as the center square.
It was a lot of Whoopi there too, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
Whoopi was there.
Wasn't a lot of Whoopi as one of the regulars. She wasn't the center, but she'd always be the top left
Don
corners.
Rickles was always there.
Yeah. Well, it's the 70s version always had, the certain, usually a Gabor, Zsa Zsa, or Ava was on there.
Charles Nelson Riley.
He was like a center square guy.
Square,
yeah. Gabe Kaplan, I feel like he was probably on the Hollywood Squares as one of the squares a few times. Sandy Duncan.
Yeah. See, what's funny is all these people, really the only reason I knew of them was because of Circus of the Stars and Hollywood Squares. And the every now and again, for charity episodes of Family Feud they would do.
I feel like the mom from the Partridge Family was on Hollywood Squares.
Yeah,
a lot
she was
too.
on a lot.
I can't remember. Not Florence Henderson. She was the Brady mom.
That's the Brady mom, yeah.
But the Partridge mom that kind of looked like Florence Henderson, but I can't remember her name. Shelley something. I can't remember her name.
People are screaming it.
I know. I can't remember. I was younger. I can't remember. But she was on the Hollywood Squares a lot. So in the 90s
Shirley
version.
Jones.
Shirley Jones, thank you.
Yeah, and she was on a lot of stuff.
Shelley, I was close.
It was actually really funny when they all popped up in Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. She was Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
I forgot
she
about
was the
that.
the snippety one with the short hair.
She was the Well, and I've seen the lady that plays kind of the clueless grandma with the pills.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her in other things too. I just can't remember what it was. She was in other comedies, playing. I think, and I want to say she played a role similar to that, kind of aloof, kind of personality.
Let's find out. Let's dive into the cast
I've seen
here.
her in other stuff.
Let's see what
I don't know her name.
Doris Roberts was.
Oh yeah, that was
Grandma Lily.
Raymond. Those Raymond fame, probably is what some people know her for.
Shirley Knight, I think was who. Yeah, Shirley Knight was the one you're talking about.
Okay, and I've seen her in other things.
She's been in a few things. She's been. Well, she was gorgeous. She was in Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay.
As Good as It Gets.
Okay.
That's
she's like a character.
Character actress, yeah.
I know I'd seen her before in stuff.
The Divine Sisterhood, Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood.
I did not see that movie.
No, neither did I.
I'm proud to say, and I fought, and I still to this day have not sat down or been forced to watch Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Nope. I did, however, have this these two young ladies back in the Mix 106 days.
Yeah.
Who came to one of the shows with pants that they had written on and written my name, Mix 106 logo and all that, and they became the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So for the longest time,
that's different.
Yeah.
But no, I remember when that movie came out, my wife was kind of like, "Oh, I want to see." I was like, "Go find a girlfriend and go with that," because I am not sitting an hour and a half. I've sat through a Magic Mike movie. I've sat through those Shades of Grey movies.
Jiminy Christmas, Mike!
I will not sit through the traveling pants movie.
I can't do the gray movies. I could not.
I don't think I haven't seen the last one. I saw like the first two.
Right.
And then there's a third one in there.
Well, yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
50
that one I've never
Shades
seen.
Revisited. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, my wife was into the books like every other woman was back when those were popular, and so we went and saw the movie, and I did not like it.
Yeah. That and Sex and the City are two that I just cannot do.
I felt so oogie in there. I'm just like, I'm not.
This is not for me.
Movies like that in public just don't feel right to me.
No. Nope.
But
in private.
That's where I draw the line. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I'm out.
You know what? I understand.
And the yah-yah, that was another one. Because whenever that commercial and they all go yah-yah, I want to kick my TV.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Even to this day, there's a clip. I'm like, remember yah-yah, Sisterhood? Yah-yah. TV.
There are certain movies that do that to me, like Steel Magnolias is one. Because like every time it would come on, Carletta would want to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of a classic.
Sweet Home Alabama, Fried Green Tomatoes, all those, like as soon as they come on, it's like... Oh.
Sweet Home Alabama's funny.
It was funny-ish.
I can't watch it every day, but if I haven't seen it in a while and there's nothing else on, Sweet Home Alabama, I'll stop and pick it up in the middle.
The other one, and this was like one of her favorite movies, and it was okay. I've seen it so many times. America's Sweethearts.
Oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
Where the girl has the baby in the Walmart.
Yeah.
God, I watched that movie so many times.
I'm proud to say I think I've only seen that once, and once is far plenty.
It's enough.
Fried Green Tomatoes I've avoided, too. I don't even like fried green tomatoes. I don't want to watch a movie called Fried Green Tomatoes. I don't eat fried green tomatoes.
Of those movies, Fried Green Tomatoes and I would say Hope Floats probably are the two that are okay.
Well, Fried Green Tomatoes is more older, right? Because that's what's her name?
Yep, that's the one. I gotta break out the Googler again.
She's a famous big time actress.
Julia Roberts, right?
No. I'm thinking of what's her name. She was in Misery. She's in.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't remember her name.
Forgot she was in that. Yeah.
I was like, she's in everything.
Yeah, she's in everything. Yeah.
I just couldn't think of any of it. She had a cameo on Mike and Molly for a bit there. She's been on.
Those are tolerable.
Yeah, that one movie. She had a small part in that movie with Susan Sarandon and Melissa McCarthy, where Susan Sarandon's Melissa McCarthy's mom, and they're both a hot mess. Tammy.
Yeah,
Tammy. That movie.
You do this. You do that all the time. You start down a path that you do not know the end of.
Well, I know. I do it all the time. I just kind of.
Yeah, Tammy. That actually, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was another Kathy Bates. But anyway, we should probably get going with the hour here.
Guess
I believe Renee's in the lobby waiting here from the Liberty. So Renee Puckett with the Liberty will join us here in just a bit. Give us an update on these bevy of shows and things coming up at the Liberty.
A veritable cacophony of entertainment.
A cornucopia, if you will. A cockney, a gaggle.
A hootenanny.
A bevy, if you will. But yes, we got a bunch of stuff coming up at the Liberty, and she's going to tell us about it here in a bit. But first, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure system developing to our north. No rain for us, but we will be getting gusty wind over the next couple of days. Breezy today, upper 70s to low 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight will be clear with mid-40s and still pretty windy. Gusty on Wednesday, wind at 25 to 30 miles an hour. It will stay sunny and warm, though, high in the upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 36%. Winds are calm at the moment. Enjoy that, because later in the week, that will be different. For today, sunny skies. Expect a high of 78 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies. Expect an overnight low of 43 degrees with southwest winds 5 to 15. Wednesday, it's going to be warm. I'll give you that. That's the good news. We do have a fire weather watch that will kick in at 7 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to remain in effect through 9 p.m. this evening. Could see some patchy blowing dust tomorrow afternoon. Sunny, 76. Again, that's the good news. But winds will be out of the west, 5 to 15 in the morning. Those winds will pick up later in the day, 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 43. Excuse me, the winds continue breezy out of the west, 15 to 25. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Thursday, during the day, pretty nice. Mostly sunny, expect a high near 70, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Thursday night, rain chances and good ones. I'm not going to complain. We always need rain, but they're saying it. This is what happens. It's all these high chances, and when we get the high chances, that means it's like going to get cloudy when it's 10%. But what they're saying is a 70% chance of rain Thursday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 40. Friday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers for the morning hours, mostly cloudy, and a high of only 50 on Friday. Excuse me. Friday night, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 41. And then for the weekend, more rain chances. 30% chance of rain Saturday, mainly in the AM, mostly cloudy, 60 for a high. 20% chance of rain Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 39 for an overnight low. 40% chance of rain Sunday, mostly cloudy, and 56. And a 30% chance of rain Sunday night, mostly cloudy, 36 for an overnight low. And then Monday even, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers as well with a high of 56. So I imagine between Thursday and Monday, there's got to be some rain that's going to be showing up through all that, but we'll see. All right, it is 9:22. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Renee with The Liberty will join us here in just a few. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winter.
Who doesn't think the dentist is a big deal? I know what you're thinking. What will they find? How much will it hurt? What are my options? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and I am here to tell you that here at Carabelli Dental, it is our job to put you at ease. With options like sedation dentistry, you can rest assured that regardless of what dental work you might need, you can get it done while resting comfortably. Call our office now and speak to our knowledgeable staff about setting up your new patient appointment.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455. Springtime is the perfect time to visit Martin's Jewelry and Gifts in Roswell with an unparalleled selection of jewelry and gifts for the season. Easter will be here soon. Celebrate with beautiful jewelry, medals, crosses, picture frames, and keepsake boxes too. Mother's Day is on the way, and Martin's can personalize any piece for a one-of-a-kind gift. Celebrate your graduate with gold and silver pendants, rings, earrings, chains, EcoDrive Citizen watches, and more. And with store-wide savings up to 50%, you can't lose. Layaway or right-away, spring into Martin's Jewelry and Gifts, 3301 North Main in Roswell.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else. Or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from The Liberty, we have Renee Puckett back with us. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing well. And for folks not familiar, Renee, usually we come with other people and stuff, you Josh or someone will come with. But Renee, you're kind of the one that kind of, down there booking shows, helping logistics, and kind of making things happen at the Liberty.
I help with some of that, but I'm marketing.
Marketing side. So that's kind of your main deal.
Yeah.
But first off, I guess you're busy because if you were saying there's nothing to do, there's like 3 different shows coming up in like the next week at the Liberty here. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Then the hits just keep on coming right after that too.
We have like 10, 11 shows.
Yeah, exactly. And, of course, we got the big block party in April with Los Lonely Boys. But there's so much between now and then still. So get your tickets now for Los Lonely Boys and all that because they are going fast and now's the time to get that. But there is a bevy of shows between now and April that you probably want to check out at the Liberty in between there too. So,
yes.
So I guess do you want to start with Casey first real quick since that's, I guess, chronologically the next show coming up here.
Yes, that's Thursday. We have Casey Donahue with Chandler Pearson.
Okay. And he's got
Thursday
already a
night.
big following here with Casey. He's been here a few times, and of course he's got radio play and everything. So
Right.
So he's got probably a good following already, kind of established here. So if you
Right.
never got a chance to check him out at the times he's been here, get out there Thursday, and you'll be in for a treat.
Yeah, and we'll have the dance floor open.
Okay.
And so
you can cut a rug or two.
Yep.
Come
so
hungry.
Get your tickets for that
'Cause
because
they
we
always
only have a
pair-
day left to get them. I think 2 days.
Yeah,
Today's
well, the event's day
today's
after
Tuesday,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
2 days.
And they always pair the evening with great food and drink and things like that too. So come hungry and get some food while you're there too, and get you a drink or two before the concert. And that way you don't have to worry about hunger or thirst issues while you're enjoying the show there.
Right.
But that's Thursday night at the Liberty. Again, go to thelibertyinc.com. You can get tickets for all the shows we're talking about here. And, of course, you want to learn more about membership with the Liberty, you can find all that information at thelibertyinc.com.
Right.
Good deal.
And anybody can get tickets to shows, though.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you don't
anybody.
need to be a member to do that. But if you want the extra perks,
Yeah.
the membership does have its privileges. That's the whole point of being a member.
Definitely does. Definitely does.
So if you see some people there Thursday night, like, wait, how do you? Oh, that's for the members. Well,
Right.
come be in the club. It's very
Yeah, it's a fun
affordable.
club.
And, yeah, it is. And plus, there's something at the Liberty every night, even when there's not the coach or a concert or a special signature event. Like sometimes they do wine or beer or liquor tastings or things, and these are all member.
We have steak nights.
Yeah,
we have
steak
Whiskey
night. These are all
Wednesday specials and live music during the week with usually JD Cox on Wednesdays. And then we have membership drawing on Tuesday for a gift card to be used at the Liberty.
Nice.
Every week we put in $50.
Okay.
So
it kind of it kind of gets bigger, kind of like a lottery. If no one hits, then and then the
we have
pot gets
trivia
bigger. Yeah, they do
nights and
trivia nights and all. It's really
brunches.
there's something going on every night at the Liberty for members and things like that. So come for one of our big concerts and then learn what they do at the Liberty and maybe get a membership to do some of the every night stuff that goes on at the Liberty.
Yeah, and you
too.
can also rent our facilities for private events if you're a member too.
Absolutely, yeah. They matter of fact, my American Legion Post will be doing an event there in the summer here with when they're doing their thing.
That's
so
right.
Liberty's hosting for that event. So, but anyway, Casey Donahue Thursday night. Again, get tickets at thelibertyinc.com, and then the next night on the 15th, or is that 16th or is that 15th?
It is the 15th.
Okay.
And we have Dawes and Lucius.
Yeah, and that's another big concert
performing,
coming
which
here.
is probably the largest, most acclaimed artists that we've had at the Liberty.
And then this is, are they
so
country
far, anyway.
or, and this is where
They
I'm a
are
little naive.
indie folk.
Okay.
Indie pop.
Okay.
So Lucius is indie pop, and then Dawes is
So they kind of
folk
cross
rock.
genres. They
Yeah.
kind of, because when you get into indie folk and pop music, you can easily slide into the country world. You can slide into the pop rock world. You can have a foot in all those worlds when you, especially with folk music. You really,
Right.
that really crosses genres here. Even though folk is technically its own thing,
Right.
It kind of shares into bluegrass. It shares into country. It shares into Western, country western. It shares into pop and rock and alternative.
Little crossover,
It's
yeah.
a little bit of everything. So.
for sure.
Yeah.
But what's special about this show, though, is just that I think that people don't really recognize the name in this area, but Dawes has opened or shared the stage with Bob Dylan, Mumford & Sons,
Oh, wow.
Jackson Brown, My Morning Jacket, Eddie Vedder, and Allison Krauss,
So
for
pretty much
just to name a
who's who
few
of
people.
Multiple. Well, and
Yeah.
it gets back to my point. The who's who, like when you think bluegrass, Alison Krauss is probably one of the top names you come to think
Right.
of. Bob Dylan's a legend.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? These are people that are not only doing well in the various genres, but are the legends / the top stars of those particular genres. So,
Yes.
So this band, this group has the chops to go with, and so just because you don't maybe necessarily know about them here, outside of here, they're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Yes.
Very
And then
cool.
Lucius are two sisters.
Okay.
Twins, actually. And they have played with so many artists. The list is like really super extensive. But Jack White from White Stripes,
yeah.
Roger Waters, Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
Tegan and Sarah, The Decemberists, Sarah Bareilles, Andrew Bird, The Head and the Heart.
So they're more in the rock world.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, of course. That
they
kind of
toured with
crosses.
Joni Mitchell.
That gets into the indie world there. Yeah.
In 2014, and then next year they're headlining with Emmylou Harris, Little Feat, Grace Potter, and Annie DeFranco.
Wow.
At the Camayo cruise.
Wow. So you're actually getting to see them. By the way, super cheap compared to what like if you go see them on tour next year, you're paying hundreds of dollars for those tickets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now you can see them for a tenth of that price.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and by the way, it comes with a great meal in an intimate setting, and I don't care what you say, especially when you get artists of this caliber. And the Liberty's an intimate setting. It's a few hundred people in there. It's not like a concert venue where there's
normally they
15,000
play
people. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, they're going into Lubbock.
Huge places where you're like sitting.
Yeah. They're selling out the basketball arena in Lubbock. They're selling out. These are 20,000 seat arenas that they're filling up.
Yes.
And
they're huge.
And so for me, when you get to see artists of that caliber, like in a smaller venue, it's usually a better show because artists tend to get a little, hey, it's a little crowd. Hey, let me, they get intimate with you. They get way more intimate with like when you get into a 15,000 seat arena thing, that's a choreographed concert. It's great. Yeah. But that okay, we're gonna do this song next, and I'm not saying they don't have a set list at a local, but they also feed off the crowd much more here, and so things that may have happened that they planned said, let's do it this way instead. And to me, when you get a chance to get artists of this caliber doing that, that's where the fun begins. That's where you get to see, crap, this guy's really good.
Right,
and you know what I mean? And so when you go to see these folks at the Liberty, you get that style of concert more than the arena
the ultimate
with
listening
the passes.
experience.
Yeah,
really. You're right there.
Yeah, you're getting to see these artists in their almost a human form a little bit, if that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, sure, they're performing and doing their thing, but when it's a crowd of 200, they tend to want to get a little more back and forth with you, and so I would argue that going to see these bands at a place like the Liberty is a much better way to see them than going to see them when they come on tour next year and you pay $200 to get tickets on Ticketmaster, and you have to fight for all the tickets and do all the rigmarole that goes through one of those big giant concerts like that.
Yeah, and sometimes they're more likely to come out and visit with people because it's a smaller crowd. They're not going to do that at the racetrack in Ruidoso.
Yeah, you go ahead and shake hands.
They're not going to do that at a larger venue.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So get your tickets now while it's affordable, and you get to see them before next thing you know, it's like Taylor Swift prices for these tickets.
Right. But also, I want to say one more thing. So Dawes and Lucius are actually two separate bands.
Okay.
But when they come on Friday, they're doing this tag team tour.
Okay.
So they're actually performing together as one band.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing
again. This
both
gets back to the point I'm
and
mentioning.
Combining.
Yeah. It was kind of getting to the point I mentioned earlier. This is them doing fun stuff.
Yeah, but it's very. I mean, they've never done this before. It's never been done. And
that'd be cool.
So it's the only venue that they're playing in Texas or New Mexico on this tour. So
right, and I guarantee this is something that those two bands have been collaborating together. Like, we should do something together. You know what I mean? Yeah, they probably hung on the road together. Now you get to see the fruit of that, and it kind of goes back to that point I said earlier. You're going to get a show that it's fun for them. Like I'm not saying artists don't have fun, because they love what they do, hence the reason they do it. But when they get to collaborate with friends and do it in places like this, that's where the real. Like when you hear of legendary Bob Dylan stories and all these things that they did, it's not in a 50,000 seat arena. It's at places like the Liberty where they did that stuff. So I think when you come out here on the 15th, you're going to see a night of that with them.
Yeah.
And so come out and get tickets. I think you're getting treated to a really high caliber show in Roswell, New Mexico, that if you saw this somewhere in Albuquerque or anywhere in Texas, you're probably paying couple $100 to see this show.
Yes.
Whereas at the Liberty, you're not doing any of that, and you get a better show, I would argue. So.
Right.
And I'm going to guess you're probably getting a lot of out-of-town folks for this one. Probably some folks in Texas, people that know. It's like, oh, they're going to be in Roswell? That's 3 hours away. Let's go. You know what I mean? So you're competing with some of our non-local folks for this one.
Yes, for sure. Just like with when we had the mountain goats, it was almost all out-of-town.
Yeah, exactly. Because of that head, because their reputation precedes them.
Yeah. Yes.
So, what we're trying to tell you in the nicest way possible is get on the Liberty Inc. here in the next few minutes. Lock down your tickets for Dawes and Lucius here for the 15th.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely one show that I wish people wouldn't miss because
It's like it's underrated.
Like really special. Yeah,
it's like you're getting an underrated show here, and
Yeah.
you're going to be blown away when you get there. And you're gonna and those are the best shows. Like if you
Yeah.
go in with low expectations and then you're blown away, it's that much more like just a comparison. Back in 2004, Van Halen was playing at in Albuquerque, and I got tickets to the show, and this was 2004, and I was thinking, all right, it's Van Halen, days probably, a little long in the tooth. Bands like Motley Crue were still touring, and you're like, yeah, that's not Motley Crue, So I was kind of going in thinking, Van Halen, they're gonna, go through the numbers here to get to this show, and I was completely wrong. It was one of Sammy Hagar's last. He was up in the rafters. He was, Eddie Van Halen was on the floor just doing. I was like, holy cow, and I was blown away. And to me now, I argue it's one of the top concerts I went to because I literally went in not thinking much and came out blown away. And I think Saturday or 15th here is going to be one of those shows where you go in not thinking, oh, it'll be good, but a couple nights of music, songs, good food, and then you're gonna walk out, man, that blew me away. And, and they're gonna be talking about it the next day.
Yep, I think so.
Online,
I really do.
Looking up and getting on your iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to your music and downloading their songs. And
I've seen the videos that people have put up from their first night or two that they on the tour because they just started, and people have been putting. We have one up on our Facebook page of a little bit of their performance, and it looks fabulous.
Nice.
It's going to be great.
So before the word gets out, get your tickets now. Go to thelibertyinc.com. You can get tickets for Casey Donahue, Dawes, and Lucius, the Block Party, and of course there's a bunch of shows between now and April too that you can also get.
Yes. So we have Cody Canada and The Departed on the 21st.
Yep. That's next week.
Yep. And then we've got Adelita's Way, which is a rock, harder rock, and then which is great. They were here with Saliva and Drowning Pool.
Okay.
This last, I think it was in.
So they do like
September.
hard rock or not metal per se, but kind of that hard rock. Yeah, because Tool and those they kind of edge into that, not quite death metal-y, but more
They're
that hard
really
rock.
good.
Breaking
Actually,
Benjamin, Saliva, they're all kind of in that.
Yeah.
That, same niche.
They were the openers for them, and they were. Everyone just loved them. They were so good.
I love that music.
So
it's
great.
Those guys. Yeah, Saliva. They're a great band that because they're one of those ones that they can go heavy on you, but then they can get melodic too. And I love bands that do that where because sometimes you want to go to a concert and just be loud and and then that's fun.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like
I love those shows.
Yeah.
I like all of them though.
But then I like when those same artists
I like everything.
go back and say, all right, and now they get down and they play, and you're like, oh dang, they get almost a little classical on you, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. So,
yeah.
Saliva's one of those bands. That do that. But anyway, this is getting back to the kind of what we're talking about here. That's the kind of stuff you're going to see here. So get tickets. Any of these shows are great. So we got the 21st. What's after that one?
And then we've got the Four and the Strange Band with Possessed by Paul James.
Okay.
Now, what's really cool about this is that it is Hank Williams' great-grandson.
Okay. So that is he related to Hank Jr. or is it?
He's related. He's the great-grandson of Hank Williams.
Okay.
Senior.
Because I'm trying to think, like, did Hank Sr. have I know he had Hank Jr., but was there other siblings?
He's the son of, he's the grandson of Hank Williams Jr.
Okay, so he is part of the junior.
Right.
I didn't know if
He's
Hank
the
Sr.
fourth
had
in the line.
And this is where I'm dumb. Like, did he have a sister or another brother? Maybe that's one of their kids, like that. But so it's actually
fourth in the line.
So he's
right there.
Hank, so he could be Hank Williams the fourth or third.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Hank the fourth.
Yes. Yeah,
that's why he's four. They call him Four. That's his nickname.
Okay.
Because he's the fourth.
He's the fourth Hank Williams.
Yes.
Good deal. So you can come see him live here at the Liberty.
Yeah.
Cool.
He will be here on the
Does he look
24th.
like his dad and his granddad? There's just so much hair and a hat. It's kind of hard to tell.
he looks a little different, but yeah. But I mean, yes, he's.
Does he go with
fourth,
the hat, the hair
literally.
hat and everything? Does he keep the Hank Williams Jr. look going kind of there? Is he kind of...
Obviously I've never met him or seen him
but,
before,
but
Hank
Williams Jr. always had that
I've
rock
seen
star
pictures
look.
of both.
Yeah, I didn't know if he
so.
was dressed up like... Because his dad, I mean, everywhere you see him, he's a rock star. He had the hat with the sparkly coats and everything.
He's gone the red dirt.
Gotcha.
way.
So he's a little more he's a little more subdued than maybe Dad is.
He's really good though, so check it out.
Maybe more like Granddad.
Give it a listen to it.
Because Hank Sr. was not as flashy as Hank Jr., so maybe he's more like Granddad here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, or because you know, like, because I think Hank, I mean, are you ready for some football? Is probably everything knows Hank Williams Jr. for those 4 words right there. Are you ready for some football? It just
right.
And so we all have that image. So we almost, as being a son, you wonder sometimes if they have to feel like they meet. You know what I mean? Like, because when you get into that world,
he actually talks about that.
Yeah.
In his bio, it talks about that, about the pressure of
that
him
one's something I'd love to pick his brain about. It's like, do you feel like you have to live in that shadow? And it's like, well, now that you're Hank the Fourth, do you have to walk in acting like Hank Jr., your dad, because that's what people expect, or you get to be your own man?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you always wonder about. Stuff like that too. So I imagine it's a little bit of both. I mean, he, you know, obviously you'd be a fool not to play the advantages of your father and grandfather here, but at the same time you also want to
be your own person.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's a
make
struggle
your own,
for him.
That
would be a struggle for him to do. And sure, and what I think is he probably has really good deep music, and you know, and because he's constantly fighting the shadow of his dad and granddad, and so. Well, that doesn't sound like your father, or that's, you know what I mean? He's always playing that game. And I think that for people that deal with that could be a very, very frustrating part. So I'd be very curious to see how he navigates all. But again, come see him in concert, and I bet you probably get to
him.
chat and talk to him. And I imagine if he's anything like his family, very relatable people sitting down to earth, and you could probably sit down and have a beer with the guy and shoot the bull, and he'd love it. So.
Yep, absolutely.
But what date is he going to be in town? 24th. So here in about 2 weeks, a little less actually.
Right.
And come on and see him at the Liberty too.
Then we have Wheatus.
Okay.
Teenage Dirtbag.
Okay.
That song.
Yeah.
That's going to be the 25th.
Okay.
And then Dueling Pianos the next week. Jody Nix, Country Dance on the 5th of April.
Another big following around here.
And then we have the Rock the Block.
Yes.
And I want to say that, so for Rock the Block, we've got Robin Scott and Shiloh opening.
Robin, I've had him on the show a couple times. He's a friend of mine.
Yes, he's great.
To be honest,
I love him.
The only reason he's not huge and famous because he doesn't want to be. I think I like his talent, his songwriting, his performing abilities. He should be right there with the biggest names in music.
Yeah.
But because he's very private and personal about his music and stuff, and he refuses to, like, he could have gone famous a bunch of times, but he didn't want to sell out. That was really just talking with Robin and stuff. But so if you've never seen Robin Scott play, he's amazingly talented, and you're going to get a great show, and he's the opener. You know, Los Lonely Boys are the headline, so you got to get there early for the block party because you cannot miss Robin Scott. He's such a great I mean, he's a friend, but he's an amazing musician.
He really is.
Yeah, he is.
And then we have Shiloh, but then Los Lonely Boys.
And Shiloh's great too. Shiloh, they're kind of
great.
Like,
I love them. I love it when they come play.
And they kind of have a following throughout southeast New Mexico. They're just as big in Roswell as they are in Eddy County and down Carlsbad way. I would say I've been in radio 20 plus years, and they've been in the room that whole time as far as being a local talent here in Roswell.
Yes.
So you're getting top quality. You can't show up just for Los Lonely Boys. You're going to miss 90% of the fun if you don't come out and do all the other stuff there too.
Right.
So, but definitely check out Robin Scott and Shiloh when they're performing. You'll be thankful you caught them if you've never seen them before.
Right. So then we've got general admission.
Okay.
And then we've got the VIP seats.
Okay.
They are that will include being able to go inside and use the Liberty the whole day. So you can go inside to the Liberty, use the bar, the bathrooms.
Sure. Need to cool off if it's hot that day.
We're having a special after party after the show because we can't play music after 10 o'clock.
Right.
So
we're going to take it inside.
We're going to take it inside with Blasita Herrera.
Very good.
So
it's kind of, we're calling it a block party after party.
Yes, but those are VIPs. For VIP.
Got to get your VIP tickets.
Yep. And then And then general admission will have porta potties outside and, that kind of thing. Because we just can't get that many people inside the Liberty.
And I think you'll have some vendors and things and stuff that'll be.
And we'll have a beer garden.
Yeah,
we're going to have. Yeah, we're going to have vendors.
You have no trouble getting food or drink while you're there. Don't worry.
definitely not. And it's going to be fun for everybody. And if you have general admission, bring your, your lawn chairs and.
It's going to be a whole day of fun out here downtown by the Liberty and the parking lot and everything around the Liberty there. It's going to be literally a block party, and we just invite you to come on down, get your tickets now. If you want the VIP experience here for the after party and for the beer garden and access to inside the Liberty during the day and seating and all that, get it now because if you wait a couple weeks, those will go. They'll be gone.
Absolutely.
I can already tell you. Those Lonely Boys are kind of a big deal. So we might even see a few outsiders lock down those outside of Roswell that are going to lock down some of those VIP ticks and all that. So don't wait. Get it done now. Go to libertyinc.com and get your tickets for Casey or Dawes or any of the shows here between now and then lock down your VIP tickets for the block party. That way, because I know we're all the land of manana. It's going to be 2 days before the event. It's like, oh, can we get VIP tickets? And I'm maybe, but probably won't be able.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah,
it's going to be worth it. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah. Don't be the land of manana on this one. Get it done here. And of course, come out here Thursday night. Come out, see Casey. Especially if you're not a member, maybe learn and see what it's like, and maybe say, hey, this is cool. I think I want to be a member, and come out a couple nights a week and have drinks and it's social and meet some new people and great food. I mean, it's really a great hangout spot when you're done your work for the day and you're looking to socialize and kick back, and
it is.
You don't want to necessarily be in like a club vibe rave type situation. Just nice place, chill, have a few drinks and kick back and hang out with your friends. Yep. Oh, by the way, there's a show tonight, or are we just doing dinner, or we got a tasting event, or we got that's just it's a little party every time at the Liberty, just a social place. So thelibertyinc.com, read more about it, everything there. If you get your tickets for all these concerts, and like Renee said at the beginning, you do not have to be a member to purchase tickets for the concerts. You just buy your tickets outright. But if you want all the perks, then membership is where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Good tip. Renee, is there things we missed? Anything we wanted to add? I know I got a sidetracked a few times here.
No, just get your tickets.
Get your tickets. Come. And like you said, Dawes and Lucius here on the 15th. Get your tickets. Trust me, it's a bigger deal than you realize, and you're kind of catching them while they're famous, but catching them before they go stratosphere famous. If that makes sense, or where you can't afford to go see them anymore.
Yes, yes. I mean, I don't. Yeah, who knows if they'll even come back? That Well,
that's just it. That's what happens with some of these artists is their demand gets a lot bigger, and they love going to places like this, but because people got to get paid and managers and venues, and they literally outgrow us.
Their harmonies are absolutely incredible. Oh, it's just I really can't wait for this show on Friday.
And like with Lucius, because you said they're twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they identical?
No, I don't think
Oh, okay. Because it's like having two of you there. So you can harmonize any time with someone who sounds exactly like you. That's amazing, cool thing to have. Obviously, if both of you can sing, that helps. But I mean, that's an advantage. I feel like they got slight advantage being twins. Like
they probably do. But they sing beautifully.
They get a second
really
brain
nice.
to kind of bounce things off of it,
Yeah.
I wish we had a second brain to do that.
And they sound so good with Dawes.
It just mixes well. It's just it's like peanut butter and chocolate. Just kind of goes together. So,
yeah.
Good deal. TheLibertyInc.com. Don't forget, the Liberty also has a Facebook page. Like and follow it. That way you can stay up to date anytime a new show gets added, or when some of the bigger ones and they're months away. Usually the first thing you know about it is through the Liberty's Facebook page.
Yes.
So I invite you to like and follow. Do you guys do any other social media or
Instagram?
Instagram as well too. So if you're an Instagrammer, like and follow the Liberty Inc. Or the Liberty Facebook page. Type in The Liberty Roswell on the search, and it'll be like the first thing that pops right up. Add Roswell because you might get a lot of Liberty stuff, but The Liberty Roswell NM, and first thing that'll pop up is the Liberty Facebook. You can follow, and stay abreast of everything that's going on there too. So good deal. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure you got a few fires to stomp out back at the office, so we'll let you go do that. Right. And we'll see you next time, okay?
All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Renee. It is 9:50. Let's pause for news, your Sean Hannity update, Wall Street Business update as well. Don't go away.
Now, your Pecos Valley News update. I'm Jared Sorello. A fight over the amount companies pay to drill for fossil fuels is causing a blockage of oil and gas operations in part of the Permian Basin of southeast New Mexico. The state land office on Thursday announced it was suspending leases of state trust land in areas of southern Eddy and Lee counties. Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richards said the blockage would be in force until a cap on royalty rates that operators pay to the state for the value of the product extracted was increased from 20 to 25%. It was a packed meeting room on Friday over plans for a regional skate park in Roswell. The current skate park at Cielo Grande Recreation Area is now more than 20 years old and is in need of significant repairs or upgrades. The city is working to cash in on a $450,000 grant, but that requires the plans for a new skate park to be completed by the end of June. 2 new sites have been identified. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You guys don't report on winning. Talking about winning the election. Now, I'm sure that there are going to be polls that now come out that show, oh, he's back. He's back. The media, the mob, they have been dying to publish those polls, and there's going to be some that say that. Now the question is any of it going to be true? Because I don't think it's going to be true. And I don't think America is going to react to a president screaming at them and speeding through a State of the Union address as some type of vindication of his obvious cognitive decline. I just don't. You guys don't report I'm winning. I'm like, winning what? You're not winning a thing.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
With everything going on in the world today, the war, the inflation, the geopolitical tensions, $33 trillion in national debt, it's no wonder people are looking to diversify their savings with gold and silver. But who does Sean Hannity choose for his gold and silver? None other than the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is a 7-time Inc. 5000 winner with over 5,000 5-star reviews, and they've helped thousands of Americans place over $2 billion in gold and silver. They're Sean Hannity's top choice, and right now they're offering up to $10,000 in bonus silver for Sean Hannity listeners. But it's first come, first served, and only while supplies last, so don't wait. Call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD to learn how you could get started today. Tell them Hannity sent you and see if you qualify for up to $10,000 in bonus silver. Call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low-pressure system developing to our north. No rain for us, but we will be getting gusty wind over the next couple of days. Breezy today, upper 70s to low 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine. Overnight will be clear with mid-40s and still pretty windy. Gusty on Wednesday, wind at 25 to 30 miles an hour. It will stay sunny and warm, though, high in the upper 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Consumer prices rose 0.4% last month, according to the closely watched Consumer Price Index. It's an increase of 0.1% from January's rise in prices. Consumer prices are up 2.3% from February of last year. Wall Street opened higher this morning. The hope among traders is that the Federal Reserve will start cutting back interest rates in June, even though inflation remains stubbornly high. Shares of Southwest Airlines have been struggling as the airline said it plans to reduce capacity and reevaluate its full-year financial outlook because of fewer than expected aircraft deliveries from its supplier, Boeing. Shares of business software company Oracle jumped more than 13% in off-hours trading after it beat analyst profit targets on a strong quarter of growth from its cloud sector. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:55. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. Hey, don't forget that this Friday is the drop dead deadline to sign up for Leadership Roswell Alumni Association's Teen Leadership Institute for 2024. The actual event is a 2-day event happening April 19th and 20th. It, again, is hosted by the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, and it is an amazing 2-day event for high school juniors and high school seniors where they do leadership building, team building. They really, it problem-solving skills. It's really a great 2-day event that these young men and women get to a chance to participate in. And by the way, they do award scholarships for some of the participants. And you can be a high school junior or a high school senior and be awarded one of these scholarships. And if you're a high school junior and you come back the next year, you're still fair game for the next one. So if you're a junior that received one of these scholarships last year, sign up because you're eligible again. And the other cool part is that the students, they have a hand in on who gets those scholarships. It's kind of a part of the peers as part of the process for that. So it's really a cool thing. But I'm telling you, it's an amazing 2-day event, but you've got to get your applications in before end of business this Friday. It's all digital. So if you happen to see this flyer online, if you go to Leadership Roswell Alumni's Facebook page or any of that stuff, or Google on the Facebook, you'll see this flyer with that QR code on the bottom. If for those watching the video, you get to see that. Scan that QR code, and there's the application. If you can't navigate or get through any of that, shoot an email to Roswell Teen Leadership, all one word, Roswell Teen Leadership @gmail.com. And they will be happy to get you an application. But like I said, they have to get these applications in by close of business this Friday. If they don't, they cannot extend it because of T-shirts and everything else. Oh, by the way, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you one dime to sign up for this. It is completely free. So sign up, high school juniors, high school seniors. This is an amazing opportunity for you to learn some stuff, perhaps get some scholarship money. And it doesn't matter what your future plans are. If you want to go to college, this will definitely help you. If you want to go join the military, this will definitely help you. If you want to start your own business, getting out of school, this will help you do that. Whatever direction you decide to go in, the skills and things that they're teaching at this Teen Leadership Institute will translate and will give your child a leg up when they decide what path they want to take in this world here. So please sign up for this event. It's open to high school juniors and high school seniors. Again, go online, go look for Leadership Roswell Alumni Association on Facebook, find the flyer with the QR code and scan it, or shoot an email to Desi. He's the one I think that receives these emails. Roswell Teen Leadership @gmail.com. Roswell Teen Leadership @gmail.com, and get it in and get it done and turned in before we wrap up Friday this week, because that's the absolute deadline to get those turned in. All right. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing day. If you missed any part of our show, go back to ksvptv.com, and you can find all of our interviews and things there. A couple replays today. We had one guest not make it in, but and of course we just had Renee from the Liberty. They got if you're saying there's nothing to do in town, just go to Liberty Inc. There's like 7 things right there for you to do, and they're all amazing. So, all right, have a great day. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. Take care, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Special Counsel Robert Hur is testifying before the House Judiciary Committee about his investigation into the handling of classified documents by President Biden. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan says President Biden mishandled classified documents.
Joe Biden not only kept information he wasn't allowed to keep, and he not only failed to secure that information properly, he also shared it with people who weren't allowed to see it.
Hur concluded in his report, Biden should not face criminal charges over his mishandling of documents. but also impugn the president's age and competence. Also at townhall.com, consumer prices in the United States picked up last